Hello, everyone. My name is Kyle.
I'm Matt.
I'm Alex.
I'm Rachel.
This is Tony.
And we are Pseudo Adults. Hey, and welcome to episode 169
I'm horny.
of our podcast. Pseudo Adults is a podcast you can find anywhere that you find podcasts. And you can follow me on Twitter at Pseudo Adults, yo.
And if you're watching this as a member, thank you very much for being a member. Guess what?
It's Bastille Day.
It's Bastille Day. Yeah, that's the new Pokemon, right? Bastille.
Yes.
It's Steel Bass Day.
Way back.
Well, anyway, guys, check out SpaceSamboy.com, youtube.com/SpaceSamboy for all the content. If you were listening to this with your ears, guess what? You could be watching it with your face.
Yeah.
For less money than a cup of coffee.
Don't
Holy
even
crap.
go there.
Yeah, thanks. Inflation.
Cancel your gym membership.
Yeah.
I didn't say it last time. I'll say it this
Oh,
time.
shit.
This is so much cheaper than the gym that you'll be saving $19.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You don't need a summer body.
Yeah.
Just
You
you
could
know.
get pizza every day with that.
You
You
could
do podcast fast. You just not eat for
Yeah.
the time that you're listening to all the podcasts.
Haven't you heard of Pod Bod?
Yeah.
Pod body.
Pod Bod Summer, yo.
Oh,
Bruh.
hell yeah.
Going in the pods.
Going in the
Love is blind.
Yeah. Love is blind.
And so are we.
The circle. Oh my god.
Blows blind, and so are you if you don't pay
Yeah.
a dollar to watch us.
Yeah,
our
you're not
faces.
seeing this.
Yeah, check this mug out.
God.
And if you're a pop culture fan, want to level up in life, check out Inner Warrior. And if you want to get into an IT career, check out Inner Tech Warrior.
The shorts are coming.
What?
Oh, yes, good, good.
Shorts are in the process. It
They
might
are
take
now? Oh,
Shorts?
okay, maybe soon, please. Let's get on these shorts.
Sorry.
Tony's gonna.
I don't like if you're just wearing shorts
yeah.
with the information about IT. It's like sexy IT.
It's like a calendar strip. It's all like the information about what to study. Dishes just hanging out the side.
How much is
I
that
want an
course?
IT career
Yeah.
now.
Oh.
Sold out in a minute.
Saw the Outer Warrior.
You got to release the Inner Warrior.
Release the crack.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Shorts better come.
So it's, I guess we haven't really missed time because our last episode was a nice juicy one. And now we're back, you guys. I just got back from a trip. Did you know that?
Oh my god. Are you okay?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be okay.
Oh my god.
That trip.
Oh shit. Bruh.
But it's not next fall.
Oh my god. No.
I'm mid-trip. I'm still in the process. I'll see you next fall.
Oh shit.
It's back.
Thank God. What was the most fun thing you did in this trip?
The most fun thing? I mean, to just... Well, so I went to the UK. Yeah, I went to the Uck as I like to call it. No one else. And it consisted of London, driving around Scotland, and then also a place called London.
Wow.
Yeah. So in that order. I would say my favorite part was like somewhere in the middle. I like the parts of like being like middle of nowhere, like crazy like mountains and like very green lush area. And like, do you ever go to a place where it's just so quiet, like you're so far away from it all, like all you hear is your city ears ringing, and just like, oh my god, it's so still, you could like whisper from like 30 feet away and hear each other. So I like those things. I feel like that was my favorite part of the
That's
trip.
awesome.
Did you see UFOs? Because London,
He can't talk about it. That's why he's silent.
You saw some UFOs. That's a
Yeah,
face.
you saw some UFOs.
That's a face that saw some UFOs.
Did you get to experience the London Underground?
Yes.
What'd you think?
I thought it was overall really confusing, but it was good. I've
Better than the subway?
better than the New York City subway. Yes, it was better, much better than the New York City subway. My wife sells it to me as like, oh, it's so much more simple and straightforward. And I'm looking at the subway, the underground map, and I'm like, it's just as complicated, if not more. Like, and I spent almost the entire trip like completely off the grid on airplane mode. Like, if I ever communicate, it's because I was on Wi-Fi. And so it's like, I'm just following you. Like, if you tell me the Victoria line, I'm waddling over to the Victoria line with you. I'm just doing what we said, and like she did a great job. She's you know
It's
it
the
was
best
her
way to experience the trip, to be honest. I let Tony
Waddling?
be that person
Yeah.
to guide,
to
and, I just, and I just follow along. It's the best thing
Yeah,
ever.
she was in charge of London, which was the more difficult job because it was 2/3 of the trip. I was in charge of Scotland, and so that was the part where it's like, okay, I had to use the international data plan,
Whoa. No!
and then all the UFOs showed up.
Oh, okay.
God.
There we go. That's
Yeah.
All right, now that's where it pays off.
What was your least favorite part of the trip?
Least favorite part of the trip.
And why was it the coffee?
Oh,
You make a good point. You start with that. It's like I started very impressed by the coffee because they probably just use an espresso machine and they make it just like you get an Americano and it's all like frothy at the top. I'm like, oh, this is lovely. And then I'm like, you know, not a real man because I drink it with milk. And these days I'm like, oh, I'm used to like almond or oat milk or whatever, but it doesn't matter. They'll put like what I think is like they take one drop and they manage to separate it into like a 16th of a drop, and they're like, there, it has milk.
Oh man!
And I'm like, it does? It's like I think they just make it so strong that like I can't even tell. And next thing I know, I'm like pouring in like more packets of sugar than I've ever used in my life.
dang.
I'm like, I think it's a little bit better now, and I just deal with it.
Wow. Oh.
I don't know. That was my personal experience. What was yours?
I hated every cup
Wow.
of coffee I got there. I was like, why? I just want like a regular ass cup of coffee, like American. Like, I want a cup of coffee. They go, shh, here's your coffee.
Huh.
It was never that experience. And even when I went to Starbucks, I was like, this was not the normal experience. Coffee tasted bad.
Wow.
I don't know. The whole time, I couldn't find a good cup of coffee.
I remember you saying it tasted burnt. Did you feel it was strong?
No, I just
Wow.
that burnt.
Just burnt?
Yeah, yeah. But
I definitely thought it was strong. Yeah, it was just took a lot of getting used to. I think by the end I was like used to it. Now I'm back to drinking mine and it tastes like water.
I like it if they just use like vinegar, just like as the water. Since they use it in everything else, fish and chips.
Boiling
Yeah,
vinegar.
just like, oh, here's your coffee.
here's your mug.
Here's your vinegar. Yes, for extra vinegar, right? Of course.
So when we booked this trip back in November, there was this queen, and we had no clue that, you know, may she rest in peace.
Killed her.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Not for real.
I killed Meatloaf. So.
Yeah.
He was royalty too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
He's the king of meat.
it's like we the king of meat. That's his legacy. So we had no clue that she was going to be passed away, and like we go there, like, oh, did you come here for the coronation? Be like, the what? No, it's like we had no clue. But there were and like anywhere that was like a more busy shopping area, just like British flags as far as the eye could see. Like it was just like all over the place because the coronation was only within a week ago when we went there. And I forgot to. Mac, can you get me my backpack?
Backpack.
So the one thing I didn't account for was that with the coronation, they would have basically like coronation related products that they would sell, like coronation, just you name it. Just
saw it on TJ
They would slap
Maxx
coronation on the
yesterday.
front of it. Oh, right.
I
over
saw the
everything.
new King blah 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 on chocolates at TJ Maxx. I went,
Yeah.
do they know where they're selling this? I was like,
So I think the first one that we saw, which is probably also the most ridiculous one, was the coronation caterpillar.
What?
Whoa.
I think it was some sort of like snack cake related thing, and it looked ridiculous. And at the end of the trip, I was like, I want to get a coronation caterpillar to bring to Pseudo Adults. And so I picked this up, and then after the fact, I realized it wasn't coronation themed, but it is a caterpillar. So I think it's the same thing, just without the coronation word slapped onto it.
okay. Interesting.
So if you guys are up for trying some Colin the Caterpillars,
for sure. That's so cute. I love it.
Like a little cannoli.
Wait, there was a controversy not with him.
but
But
there
there
was like food poisoning.
Yeah, it's some kind of
God
poison.
forbid.
In honor of episode 169, put these phallic things in your mouth.
God
There was
forbid.
something with like the caterpillar or other related. They have other
One
things
for each of us.
And they're like, "Oh,
nice.
you're not going to sell this one anymore.
Take
You're
one
only
picture,
selling the caterpillar."
Oh,
Some shit happened like that.
Oh, interesting.
I'll take this one.
Whoa!
I'll take this one. I got
Do
it.
these have nuts?
It's your leg. Oh,
Man, see,
I'm smoking a little shit. see?
caterpillar. Oh, I like it has a face.
Oh yeah, I should look at it before I devour it.
Yeah.
Are you gonna decapitate him first? Put him out of his misery?
Thank you
Or
very
you,
much.
or you gotta eat his
Yeah,
butt.
thank you.
Yeah.
It says a lot about the person the way they eat call the caterpillar.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oi, blow you out.
Oh
Cheers.
yeah, everyone.
Oh, it's a Swiss roll. Almost.
Mmm.
Oh.
With sprinkles.
Just good chocolate.
It's tasty.
No, really.
Chocolate is always better from Europe. Our chocolate isn't chocolate. If you stay tuned and watch all of our podcasts, you would know that. From
Oh.
a fact.
Yeah.
Mmm.
All right, cool.
Devoured.
Yeah, so now you had a coronation experience. All right, so our first full day was like just kind of like seeing stuff like that. Our second day, I mean, our first day also ended on a Jack the Ripper tour, which I don't necessarily have too much to say other than it was like a good way to like walk around and see like stuff that we probably wouldn't have normally checked out. And it took us to like older parts of London that were less touched and modernized than most of it. That was cool. The second day was a Cotswolds tour, which was something my wife really wanted to do. She booked it, and it was like a bus tour. It drove us to like this town. Well, we had to like take a fucking train like out of the city to even get to the area. But just like more like old style thatched roof cottages.
Ooh.
And
Is it the oldest part of where they still have like?
I don't think so.
What?
No one bragged about that. But like, it's old as shit. Yeah. You found Colin the Caterpillar?
Controversy.
Yeah, what happened?
It's with Aldi. Because they were saying that the Germans stole and made a similar product.
I knew there was
Oh,
something.
wow, really?
Germans!
Damn you, chocolate.
The chocolate would be fabulous. I can see why they
If
would
you so Kyle brought us these cookies. If you look at the cookies, it says that the chocolate is from Germany,
Wow.
and it is really good.
There's
So I'm wondering
chocolate from-
if this is
I
also
thought you said it was on Colin. I was like,
no.
oh.
I was gonna say
Colin the caterpillar.
I used to
Does it
work.
say?
I used to work with these guys who were Turkish. Okay, they would bring me from I guess the stores they have here, the Turkish stores, Turkish chocolate.
Turkish food's good.
I've never had
Did you ever-
such good chocolate in my whole entire life, and usually chocolate gives me like acid reflux or heartburn. Nothing.
Did they get you Turka-Cola?
No, they used to bring me, and then when they went back home or they went to like Germany or whatever, they said they brought me chocolate from there, and like the perks of being friends with the Turks, and it rhymes.
No, this one doesn't mention the chocolate being from Germany.
We won't acknowledge them.
Yeah, I used to have a coworker with my very first job. He used to bring me some Turka-Cola.
Oh my god!
Because they have that in the
Holy
Turkish
crap.
shops.
Wow.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Their version of Coca-Cola.
How was it?
Turka-Cola. It was Coca-Cola.
I was just
Okay.
going.
Just make sure your money's supporting the Turkish government.
That was very good though, and I appreciate that.
Sure, yeah.
About
So
us.
we all eat a
Like
little-
it for our 69th anniversary, 69.9.
I need to hear more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while when we were in the Cotswolds, the main thing
Yeah.
of note.
Sound like cock small.
We found out from the tour guide. He informed us that there's this tradition they've been doing for a very long time now, called the Cotswold Olympics. And little did we know, we were there, I guess, a week ago, like prior to the date of us recording. I'm sorry, my time's all messed up. We arrived on Tuesday, so it was a Wednesday. I'm totally freaking off. It was
good?
Anyways, so the weekend I think that just passed was the Cotswold Olympics. Like we were there the week
wow.
the week before they were going to do it again. And he was describing at least two of the things that they do. Maybe the other ones are more normal, but he was like, we kind of have too much time on our hands here, and up in the Cotswolds. And apparently, like, the most prestigious event that they do there is called the shin kicking competition.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Where
that sounds painful.
I guess like they pick two ultimate champions to do it, and basically they would just put their arms on each other's shoulders and start wailing on each other's shins until someone falls, and then I think like best 2 out of 3 or whoever falls 3 times loses, or something like that. So apparently it's all on YouTube. So I was like, if I don't know, there could be good Space Zamboni podcast material. That was my thought.
Come on.
I'll have to confirm that it's real. I was like, maybe you just made it all up. What the fuck is it?
The cock kicking.
I'd love a tour guide that just makes up stuff about that country.
Fucking American.
You know, I'm the tour guide.
Why don't we do that for our area?
You leave the cameras on for an hour by yourself, you'll start doing that.
You greet everybody with French kisses.
Yeah.
That's only here on Long Island.
In this area, everyone French kisses for 45 minutes.
Only in this town.
Well, if it's a custom, I don't want to be rude.
If you don't kiss when you enter a store in this town, every store you have
Kiss
to
walls.
kiss. Every store you have to kiss the person who owns the store when you walk in, as a custom, as is tradition.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the other one that he mentioned was the cheese roll.
Whoa! I've heard about that.
Oh, you're
yeah.
familiar with it? So they just a nice big
Wheel of cheese.
wheel of cheese, and they would roll it. Because we basically went up to like the main site where they do the shin kicking contest, as far as we know if it's real. And it's a pretty steep cliff. So they'd be like, what we do is we would roll a wheel of cheese, and everyone tries to catch it. And however many centuries they've been doing the Cotswold Olympics, to this day, no one's ever caught the wheel of cheese.
Oh, wow.
But what they do have are a whole bunch of ambulances.
Oh my God.
People are gonna freaking fall and injure themselves on that hill.
Why don't they just do it where, like, how many bites you get as it's rolling down? Like, yeah.
Then you can catch it. He chose not to.
It would be like who shit your pants first from lactose intolerant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that could be a competition.
Whoa.
What? It would be me. I would win.
Oh my God.
Immediately, I would win. 10 minutes.
They got
I
to
would
test
win.
them, make sure that they're fully lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
They're like, you're beyond the limits, ma'am. You
Come
can't.
to the Long Island Cock Small Olympics.
Are
Who
you,
shits their pants first?
are you using performance-enhancing drugs? It seems like you're a pro at shitting yourself.
Lactate is a performance-enhancing drug.
I am the.
Oh my God.
Hi, AJ.
Whoa.
Be careful with the cameras.
Hi, AJ.
Oh my god, that was too funny. Yeah. Oh.
You just look like, what the hell is this? Why?
Yeah.
We're all connected to Cerebro.
Yeah.
Don't hit.
We just scarred him for a long time.
Don't hit the camera.
All right. Yeah. So, to talk a little bit about the Scotland portion of the trip, I guess the thing we were most excited to see, which I wasn't even really aware of until shortly before the trip, were the Highland cows.
Oh yeah,
Highland
Highland
cows.
cows. Yes.
What about these cows?
They're hairy
They're
cows with really emo hair in the front. They'd be like,
Oh.
moo. Fucking life is just a pile of moo.
You know,
You're all listening to The Cure as you visit them.
people import them. To
Have you seen
the
what they
United
look like?
States, so
I've
they
seen
look
them
like
on
that.
National Geographic years ago.
People import
I
them
used to
into
watch
the,
National
like, the
Geographic.
Midwest
Wow.
of the United States because they're so
Or
pretty.
Discovery.
Wait, they're in the Midwest?
Yeah,
What?
you can import them, but I don't know.
Can I deport them?
They're
Whoa.
probably expensive, but
Yeah, they don't
people get
belong
those
here.
mini
Get these
cows.
Highland cows out of here. Get these Highland cows.
Where's their visas?
Yeah. We gotta see
Oh my god.
They
Yeah.
look pretty
Oh.
legit.
Yeah.
So, I'm here to
After.
report that they're very few and far between.
Wow.
Oh.
At least, I mean, because so we started in Edinburgh. We drove up to a city in Inverness, which is like, you know, like we call it a city. It's like it's like a block and a half, and then the rest is just like regional, like it's whatever stores that are less like commercial, whatever.
Cool.
Then we drove kind of like west and south towards the Isle of Skye, and then the final day we drove from there to Glasgow.
No. Glasgow.
And so we only when we were in the Isle of Skye, like the third out of like 3/4 of the way through, would we finally have the opportunity to like pull over and see some Highland cows. Like there was no, I thought there'd be like attractions, be like you dumb Americans pull over here and take your pictures. It'll be 10 pounds or whatever.
Yeah.
But none of that we saw at least. So we kind of like seized the opportunity when we could. It's like we saw them and there was a spot to pull your car over and we just went for it. Other times it was just like we were mid drive. They were far in the distance. There was no chance that we'd get a photo with them. They're all private, farm properties and stuff like that. So it was crazy. Like we thought that they would be everywhere and they are like nowhere. What was everywhere was sheep. Sheep were all over the freaking place.
Yeah.
Bah.
And we're told that they're not even used for their wool. They're just meat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
did you have a lot? Yeah, did you have a lot of tasty lamb while you were
I was
in?
hungry. What?
Did you have a lot of tasty lamb while you were there?
I think I had some. I had haggis.
Ooh, how was that?
I ate my haggis.
How was it? Yeah.
It was good. Yeah. That had to be our like first like real meal when we first arrived in Edinburgh. I'll be like, I made a reservation for lunch at this place. It was just like it seemed like a welcome to Scotland type of place, and it was good. I had the traditional one, and she had the veggie one. But they actually tasted really similar.
Really?
Because I feel like
That's wow.
it itself tasted like whatever they spiced it up with, and it was very tasty spices. And, and so it's like hers had all the same other stuff in it, so it was good. Good props.
Nice.
I was being in Gotham City, Glasgow, where they filmed Batman.
Oh,
Yeah,
which Batman?
the Batman,
Oh, the Batman.
and I think parts of Batgirl also filmed in Glasgow.
Whoa.
I had no clue.
Yeah,
So I have to admit, Glasgow kind of got the shit end of our trip because it was like we knew it was going to be rushed driving through all the locations, and I basically had the choice of spending more time. What am I trying to say? It's like spending more time like in like the nature, like seeing the world versus like rushing to a city. So we didn't get to Glasgow till like maybe like 8 p.m. or something like that. On the upside, over there in the UK, it didn't get dark till like the sun didn't even set till like well after 8 p.m.
Oh, nice.
So it's like we got a lot more to the day than I even anticipated, which was
That's
fortunate.
Good. Yeah.
But yeah, Glasgow was cool. I do wish I had like a little bit more time there. And it was like what was our Wednesday or it was a Wednesday night or something like or whatever. It was the end of the week, and so I felt like it didn't have that much of a nightlife in the middle of that time. So it's like, I wish I saw it when it was like a little bit more hustling and bustling. But it was still nice. We walked down to whatever river was in that city, and like kind of zigzagged up the block, so a little bit of like old timey stuff, and we stopped at the only pasta place the only restaurant that was open was this pasta place that like didn't take reservations, so it was perfect. And it was good. I had a Bellini.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Peach Bellini?
yeah, the most European drink.
How many bar fights did you see?
I mean, bar fights. I made sure to go to only the most violent pubs.
Oh, of course, as you do.
Oh,
Yeah, 100.
nice.
Yeah,
nice.
good.
That's a nice run.
169. I had to make sure.
Oh, nice.
rock and roll.
We went to what you call it? Like they played like a guy with playing the bagpipes, and the guy was playing the guitar and playing.
You saw the new Beatles?
the new Beatles. Yeah, it was like ping ping pong ping.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then he
I
slapped
want
it
to
up.
hold
Futuristic.
haggis.
Sounds very futuristic.
Very futuristic. Seeing instruments.
No, I meant the way you described it.
A bing bing bong bing.
Yeah, there you go. That's how music is.
Oh,
done.
yeah.
Yeah. Beep, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop.
Duran's here? Oh my god.
The future of music.
Yeah.
Duran.
Yeah, literally. They're just gonna be robots at that point.
Went to Loch Ness.
Whoa, you saw the monster.
Oh yeah, we saw
Oh, nice.
Nessie for sure.
Did you see Breasty, his wife?
Oh, they were just sticking out like mountains.
Yeah.
Shooting milk. Nessie and
Rusty is easier to find.
Giant nipple coming out.
So anyone who knows me knows that there's always the question like, is with my last name is Scottish, like do we have a castle in Scotland? And the whole trip I was just like, probably won't bother, like it's just like you see it's like the normal sights is like seeing heritage. But then as we were on that last day of the trip where we would drive from Isle of Skye all the way to Glasgow, it was like, oh, it's right on the road, like I just like we could just see if we could do it. So I'm here to report I was turned away. I couldn't see the castle.
Why?
But to be clear, the castle is more so like a wall. That's all that's left of it.
Did you show them your ID? You're like, this is mine.
I explained. I explained it, and I was as friendly and like, please don't worry about it. I was like, listen, I'm American and I have needs.
You should have gone all Karen. Been like, this is my castle, my family.
No, I was like practically like driving away as he was saying it. I was like, oh, don't worry about it. Have a lovely day. They were all really nice, so it's like it was easy to be turned down.
Wow.
Okay.
Did you offer him Guinness? Maybe that would have allowed you to
A
enter.
nice Guinness.
Bribes. That's what I forgot.
Here's some money.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, not missing much anyway. It's just basically a wall.
Oh my god.
All right.
He basically was like, it isn't much of anything. Yeah.
There's money in that wall.
Yeah.
There's something there.
The
Or else he would have just let you.
Oh,
it's just
don't
the
worry
wall.
about it. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
It was
It's the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, that's what's behind the wall.
Yeah. He's getting the BJ from Bresty. Don't look behind the wall.
Oh, don't worry about it. There's nothing there. We're not hiding any monsters or anything.
Nothing's
I see something that
Oh, that's nothing.
fuck off the premises.
ready to leave.
I said it nice.
You don't see shit.
Oh, why don't you just go
You
kindly
keep
fuck
going.
off?
The road continues down there.
Oh my god.
Don't go up there.
Keep going that way. Just a wall.
Sometimes dead is better.
Want to go up there?
They could have had a very different trip apparently.
Oh my god. How many times did you hear people use the word cow?
Oh.
Like, don't have a cow, man? Like that?
Oh, what
Can't
the hell
say
did
that.
you just say?
Oh.
I didn't hear people say
That's
that.
the worst curse
Yeah.
in
a
UK
coup?
ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Belland?
Bruh, that's awful. How could you say? I don't even know what it means.
Yeah, what?
What's that?
Yeah,
The bell into your bottom.
I think it's
Prince of
it's your
Tip of the dini.
yeah, it's your tip.
Oh.
That's the tip of me, Dini. Yeah, no. Apparently, like the C word for us is cow for them.
Yeah.
Our C word, you say they're.
You go like, oh,
very
you
frequent.
fucking cow. That's
Yeah.
The Highland cows, they call them coo. C-O.
Coos,
Oh,
because
the
that's the way
coos.
it's C-O-W.
Did they sound different than like regular cows? Like, was
No,
there?
they're just
I
cows.
don't know. Like, there's different like.
Meh.
Yeah. Did they just go moo, or was it slightly different?
If that's the question, yes, I heard them moo.
Okay.
I was like, I don't have an ear. Like, we don't live near cows, so I was like, I wish I could be like, oh yes, they were like moo.
Yeah, yeah. The dialect of the moo. Yeah.
I love that. Fuck, moo.
Fucking moo. Moo yourself.
Moo your cow.
Oi, moo, cunt.
They can say it. Oh, it's their word. I get it. Oh my god. The one animal that surprised me, as mundane as it was the seagull.
Whoa.
I swear the seagulls meowed.
What?
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
I
interesting.
was like, what
Like,
the fuck?
wrong. You scream wrong. You're rude. You're wrong. Said the birds.
When I was in Scotland, it fucking rained constantly.
Oh.
Like it would intermittently be like, oh, the sky's clear.
So like Florida.
rain.
Yo, I made a character out of it, which I probably won't translate to a podcast, but I found maybe what time of year did you go? I don't know. Maybe it's
I
different.
don't.
Summer.
Yeah.
It was
Maybe
like
maybe it's
midsummer, I
different
think we
depending on
were.
different
Yeah,
times
I
of the
remember
year.
being very hot.
Because
when you left.
I
Yeah,
imagine
it was really hot.
it was May, so like there was like I'll circle back to the weather, but there was this flower that was all over both England, like the Cotswolds Day, and when we went to Scotland, there were like these mustard yellow colored flowers, and they said it was rapeseed oil, which was canola oil,
Wow.
and it's and there's just like a month or like a couple weeks of the year where those flowers are all over the place. And then they fall off, and it's an incredibly hideous plant the rest of the year until it, like, you know, they gather the oil from it at peak time. So we got to see the flower version of it. So it's like everything was like, I guess, as flourishing as it could be. So I found that it rained kind of intermittently for the most part the whole trip, and especially in Scotland. I don't think there was there may have been a day where it didn't rain at all, but I found my character was like, I don't know, I feel like there's Mother Nature and then there's Scottish Nature. I haven't come up with a name for him, but I'm gonna just call him Scottish Nature, where he's a man and he's just like, oh, look at you're looking a little dry. Let me come over here and give you a little sprinkle. You're feeling much better now, aren't you? All right, I'll be over here now. Have a good rest of the day. And then he circles back over 2 hours like actually, and another thought.
It's me, Mr. Drippy Bottom.
Yeah. It was like that for me too.
It was just a little sprinkle, and then he would just like leave.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Wow. And then we came back, and yesterday it fucking poured all fucking day.
Oh.
I mean, here.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, we came back here, and it's like Scottish Nature is like, I'm
coming with you to see the land.
I'm just having diarrhea.
Yeah, because like over here,
day.
if it's gonna rain, you're like, you gotta check the weather. Is it gonna rain? Is it over there? It's just like fuck rain.
Yeah.
That was when we were in the middle of summer when we were in New Orleans. It was kind of like that because it's right next to Florida. It would every day we were there rain at like 12.
Well,
and you could almost time when it was gonna rain 12, and then it wouldn't rain the rest of the day.
And it would dry up immediately
like,
too. So
rain, dry.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is odd, but okay. I guess we're just barren for rain. It's either rains way too much and floods, or it doesn't rain at all and never drops. Like it's
send some rain to California.
Seriously, yeah.
we
Apparently
just had that big flood, right? I thought California had that big flood like a couple months ago.
Did they?
Yeah. But they're aqua.
They're one or the other. They're either on fire or flooding.
Yeah.
It's like they're either having an extreme drought or they're on fire.
it's the water nation and the fire nation. They just can't get along over there.
It's the drought nation.
Yeah.
But Texas also has droughts, and they don't talk about it as much. Realistically, every time I went, because one of my dad's ex-wives were there that like we grew up with, so we'd go and visit her and her new husband.
Texas doesn't complain.
Yeah, they don't complain about
Oh my god.
Every time I was there, there was a drought. Every time they're like, you can only water your plants once, or you not even at all.
Wow. You can shower for 5 minutes.
Yeah, keep going. Oh, if you want to run your water, you can't run your water. You can't do only once a day, and that's for everybody.
Damn.
We had to watch Naked Attraction.
Yeah.
And we were trying to research like what time it was going to be on and like what channel, and we found the information, and but then the issue was I wanted to watch it now. So the thing that also kind of blew my mind is we watched it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like you could just bring that up on UK located YouTube and watch it, basically any of it on demand at any time.
Oh, wow.
So we picked a random episode and watched it, and it was pretty awesome. But that was only after we were trying to search for like the channel it would be on, and I came across another show called Naked Alone, and I like to say the last part is "and I want to be home," but Naked Alone, and it is something similar, like searching for home or something like that. And
I want to be home.
I just want to be home.
And there's just like these guys with their dinglings out, just trying to. It was like Naked and Afraid. Yeah, but I guess the difference was it was uncensored. I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. But Naked Attraction was a good time, I have to say.
Nice.
Yeah.
The chef's
kiss.
I like at the very end, they're like, well, you gotta get naked too.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm Scottish still, but you gotta put down them knickers.
Oh my god. They actually had an article recently about Naked Attraction. It was probably about a month ago. Apparently one of the contestants had a lethal thing between his leg.
Oh.
Yeah, they're like, this contestant was too traumatic for everybody. I was like, whoa, what do you mean? Like, was there something juicy? And they're like, no, his trouser snake was colossal. I was like,
They're showing the feet. You can already see it.
yeah, pretty much. They were like, oh my god. But it didn't work out because they didn't like his face. Or something weird. I forgot. Yeah.
I like the woman was like, I have to go with my heart, and be like, do you know this guy? Like, you've only met him for like 10 minutes. It's like, I'm gonna go with my heart on this one.
Oh man.
And then there's like the follow up, like a week later.
Yes.
And they're like, we're still together.
Oh, usually all the ones that we've seen, everybody got stood up.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They were like, does any of this work out?
Exception. That's interesting.
Wow. That's interesting.
And the other thing that happened to be on TV that time I went on my way to make sure we watched was the Eurovision Song Contest finale.
Yes.
That also just happened to be on while we were there, and it was we only caught the last 2 of the performances. And then it became a big old like a dial-a-thon, be like, call this number to vote for this nation.
Oh,
It was
and
almost like
performance.
what like American Idol used to be. I feel like
I guess
It used
so.
to be
Yeah,
like that.
it must have inspired American Idol.
Has to happen.
And what was I gonna say? When it became just a big voting time, they had like recaps. Like, oh, now I feel like I watched the whole thing. Like, I got to see every single country's performances, and
cool.
and yeah, and there were some that were really cool. I had a couple like recommendations to share like afterwards, like
Awesome.
like some artists. There was like a really cool like German. It was almost. I felt like it was like. If I'm right about this country, it was like Rammstein met like a Daft Punk type of vibe.
There
or
was
something.
that one band that we saw at the birthday party
Yeah.
that I have all the
yeah.
albums of that I haven't listened to yet.
There was one that you had mentioned. I was like, I wonder if this is them.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The one with the hats.
And
The one that we were watching on the
Yes.
TV that was
Yes.
like, what is this?
Yeah.
they wore
Yeah.
different
Party.
hats and their hairs are different
I
styles
think
each time.
I think Sweden won, but the England or the UK song was one that we ended up hearing multiple times throughout the trip, and then I was just like, "Huh, Eurovision," and then she was like, "Oh yeah, it's just becoming such a normal like pop song to me now." She forgot that like
wow.
we didn't hear it before the chips, and now I'm wondering, is it charting here in America?
Huh.
It goes, instead I wrote this song that you fucking did me wrong instead of something. Instead I wrote this song. Like I could have cried and been a little bitch, but instead I wrote this song.
Huh.
So-
Interesting.
If you hear that song, that was from Eurovision.
Nice.
It did not win.
Bro.
Did not win.
I make that clear. Clearer than clear.
They have to put that disclaimer before they play it on the radio each time.
This song
is
lost.
loser.
This song lost to Sweden.
Yeah.
I repeat,
Just so everybody knows, it lost.
this is a loser song. You like this? You are in fact a loser.
Yeah.
Alright.
Did you go to the Piccadilly Circus?
I don't think I did actually.
Oh.
Was it just shopping?
No, it was like their Times Square. They have like the Broadway plays.
Oh, I walked by that.
Yeah.
I think I just wasn't really aware of like it being the Piccadilly Circus.
Oh yeah. I always loved the name. That's why I was like the
Piccadilly.
Piccadilly Circus. I've never seen a stop on a train that says circus. I'm like, we're going to the circus.
There was another circus too, but yeah, I guess that's what they just call like a main hub area. It's
Yeah.
a fucking circus.
Yeah.
Wow. They're all animals.
Yeah, you gross me out. There's shit everywhere. We had really good vegan ice cream our last full day. It was hazelnut stracciatella.
Whoa.
It'd kill you. It'd kill and you.
It would not kill me. It would just be him.
Yeah,
Throw
you,
that
you,
up,
and
And
you.
me. Pick me. I volunteer as tribune.
What's it,
Why is there a
cashew
dice
base?
event?
I'm just noting every time I accidentally feed Tony something.
Oh my god.
By accident, how much he's actually allergic to specific nuts. Because
Damn.
I'm like, pine nuts, it was immediately, you could tell
Whoa.
that your mouth, he was like, my mouth feels weird. And I'm like,
I got swollen tongue. My mouth feels weird, guys.
yeah. And
hate
then like
that. It's
cashews, it's
annoying.
just your stomach. It's just stomach issues.
It just feels weird. And
It just
stuff, yeah.
feels weird in his stomach. I have an almonds, I don't know.
My
You gotta
hand blew
accidentally
up.
feed him one.
No, remember?
Oh, yeah. No, the soap.
Yeah, the soap.
Yeah,
blew up
so
my
he's
hands.
allergic to, like, really allergic to almonds.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, so now I know if I accidentally feed him cashews, he won't die. It just, he'll be very uncomfortable.
My
for the rest of
tumble
it.
is
I
wrong.
like that.
Yeah.
That's
I
an
was
easy
being
way
so
you get Hulk
nice.
hands.
Yeah.
I was
some
being-
almonds, guys.
I was doing something
I
really
need
nice.
elephantitis.
I was giving Tony the rest of my food that I was like, you know what? You can have the rest of the eggplant parmesan. You can have it. And it was a vegan place. So they used cashew cheese. So good. But I gave it to him forgetting that, you know.
You're gonna get that horrible stomach inflammation and bloating and gas.
It was more like I don't even know. It just feels
It
like
feels like burning.
it almost feels
That's how I
like
would describe it.
when you eat it,
Yeah.
it's like okay, I didn't notice anything when I ate it, but
Yeah,
then when
it's inflaming your stomach.
Stomach, you start feeling that like it's like oh, why? It feels kind of like it's burning, but it also feels heavy. I'm like, oh, I don't feel good. It doesn't feel right.
It's fun.
But what I did want to do was revisit the topic of what was your least favorite experience?
Oh, why is that such a focus?
Oh, because we talk about all the great things. We want to hear both sides.
What did you fucking hate?
Yeah.
I feel like I need guidance. Like I have to.
Like, what are things that like you either
I drove on the wrong side of the road. I don't know if that was my least favorite experience.
That sounds
but,
like that
but it
was
was,
the
it
way.
was
was
pretty
gonna ask about
stressful.
that.
Oh man.
Didn't want to sound stupid if I was wrong. I was like, the roads are different, right?
Yeah, in Scotland I drove,
They got the
and
zigzags.
and so I don't know if I'd say it was my least favorite experience, but it was definitely something I was like constantly like anxious and
planning.
stressed about,
Yeah.
and like anytime I like the first day I felt like I was kind of like as straightforward as it could be. We were driving on main roads. There's like multiple lanes. There's other parts of Scotland that just become a single lane road because I think they're built for horse carriages and they just never like bothered to update them.
Wow.
So it's like you always got to kind of pull over. There's the blue arrows that always point to the direction like you should be driving over here, you American. So those were very helpful, and I'm proud to report while walking up to my rental car, I never walked into the wrong side of the car. I was like, I'm going to do it over and over again. Somehow I was like, I'm on edge. Like, I'm going to sit on the right side of the car, drive on the left, make like a left turn into the left lane, make a right turn into the left
That must
lane.
be stressful.
Yeah, that hurts my brain
Hearing
to hear
it
it.
Yeah.
makes me stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When my wife's parents picked us back up at JFK, I was like, oh my God, everything's backwards now.
I wish they sold like backwards glasses for like,
Yeah.
Americans.
Yeah.
That way you could
Well,
be
don't
like,
our eyes see everything backwards and like our brain mirrors it? Like just
flips
it's
it,
the
yeah.
way we actually see
we
the
got to
world.
do
But, like,
anti-mirror
Realistically,
glasses.
why the hell did America go, no, we're going to drive on this side of the road and
Yeah.
confuse everybody?
We were so spiteful.
Yeah.
They got here. They're like,
I know my least
"Fuck,
favorite part
oh my
was-
God, we have to consult. Which side was it? But
Which
they're-
side was
but
it they
to
were
consult, they had to go across the water and ask. So like, fuck it, just do it on this side.
Do it on this side. Fuck it.
I don't remember. Just do it.
Everything's
We're done.
this side now.
Yeah.
That's okay. Right on
Look
red makes
hard.
more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be the biggest baby and first worlder person, I'd say my least favorite part was how slow service is at the restaurants.
Oh. Interesting.
It's like if you're gonna go to a restaurant, you better be prepared to just kind of throw a big chunk of your day away, especially if it's dinner. It's like because they're like, oh, maybe we'll get a drink after dinner, this, that, and then like you go there for a whatever. Say it's a 7 p.m. dinner, like you're not leaving till like 9:30. Like,
wow.
Shit.
They want you to spend your money there.
maybe it's probably just the culture. Like people go there
feel
unwind
more
and just keep
relaxed.
drinking or something like that. But we're just there to eat our food, maybe have a drink and get out.
Yeah.
America's go, go, go,
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
go. And
Oh my
that's
God,
the
yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Or at least New York. I hear other parts
That's
of the country
the
are
thing,
much
yeah.
slower.
Like a metropolitan area, and then you leave it, and then they're just like laid back. You go to Arby's in Kentucky, and you better be prepared to take
5 hours.
half hour.
Get ready. Meat Mountain, 6 hours.
I want me to mount it.
I gotta watch my YouTube video. Cool.
You seen this one? It's 12 minutes.
My meat's gone bad.
Yeah, so I would say that
Start again.
Oh shit.
when we were in Isle of Skye, we had our most unique hotel experience, which is basically staying in the
The sky?
yeah, it was like
Impressive.
yeah, it had wings and it was.
You sleep on Superman?
How'd you know?
Telekinesis.
Everyone gets their own Superman. We got Brandon Routh.
Whoa!
It was like a cabin, but it was fully like electric, had plumbing and all that. So it was like, oh, you take a little adorable cabin. It's supposed to be in like a little adorable hotel room. It was just that in cabin form. Like you had to walk over to it, and it was like on a mountain. This is it was a bit of a risk. This was a new place that just opened about a month prior, maybe not even. It's like when we booked the stuff, they were taking the initial reservations, even though they weren't even open yet. And so when you're in Scotland, especially I guess in that part, and you're like, oh, what do we do for dinner? You're not looking for like amazing fine dining experience. And at that point of the trip, I was also like, oh, I spent a lot of money. But I mean, everything was kind of like middle of the road. Like it was reasonable enough. And so we ended up dining at that hotel's restaurant, like it was brand new. And not to like complain about a restaurant experience, like, but just to be there and be like, oh my God, like we I think it was a 7:30 and we were hoping to like kind of walk around the area with like the mountainside that all these cabins were at, just like check it all out. But we didn't get out there till it was like pitch black outside, even with the late sunsets.
Oh man.
And so we were just like waiting, trying to be kind and patient, be like, please don't forget about us.
Oh man.
And yeah, so yeah, it kind of like, it's like, even though we had, we definitely embraced each day. We got a lot out of them all. That just sort of like, whenever we're like, oh, maybe we'll do one more thing. It just like, no, that's it.
Oh wow.
You have dinner, you go to bed. Yeah.
Yeah, a very similar experience.
Mhm.
I mentioned it to you too. Whereas like the first restaurant we went to in Scotland was very much like,
Oh.
we're like the only table here. We're not getting anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. You reminded me. We had multiple experiences where we didn't make reservations in some places because it wasn't a weekend. Or like we were going in like a place that's like not super busy. So, and then dinner time rolled around and they'd be like, "Do you have a reservation?" And we'll be like, "No." They're like, "Well, then we can't help you."
Wow.
And be like, well, we're fully booked. Have a good night.
Oh wow.
And be like, oh, damn. And so my wife, I give her a lot of props. She was incredibly skeptical about this one. And we basically walked around the corner. She opened up Open Table on her phone. And she was like, they have a reservation in 15 minutes at like 8 p.m. And so she booked it. And we walked right back in at 8 p.m. and be like, we have a reservation at 8 p.m. And they're like, oh, right this way.
Wow.
That's crazy. Wow.
So
I feel like by doing that, you create less of like a hectic atmosphere like you do here. Like you have reservations and then
like, I
people
get
just
it,
walk in.
but I don't get it. Yeah.
You're still like, oh no, we're booked. And then you look, you're like, you're not fucking booked.
All the
just tell
temples
them
are empty.
like, oh, there's gonna be open spots or like you could reserve. It's so easy to just tell them to do
just
that.
explain it,
instead
yeah.
of being like, oh, now we're gonna sneak around the corner, figure it out, and like come back.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they were like, oh, there's open spots. You just gotta like.
Maybe they didn't want to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get paid all the same.
Yeah.
The answer is somewhere in the middle. Yeah, for sure. Any other last questions?
Did you have a pint?
I did have a pint.
Oh.
It's
Is it good?
yeah,
What you have a pint of?
a pint of
Guinness?
if you're listening to the audio for a minute, I think we just shot lasers out of our eyes, and we're meeting somewhere in the middle, and he's
Guinness?
beating me. No, I didn't have Guinness.
No.
It's Irish.
Still
Sorry.
really
Everyone loved it in Scotland, though. Everyone was like, I just want a Guinness.
Yeah. It was really good in Scotland.
I had a Scottish red amber ale, which is
Wow.
tasty. And they had really tasty ciders. I had some yummy ciders while I was there. I had 2 pints of a cider, in fact.
Whoa.
And then I woke up the next day like, woo! Yeah, it was good.
Mm.
And we had a little bit of a pub experience when I was having the ciders where like,
Brawl?
there wasn't a brawl,
Damn
but you really just wanted to see fights.
Super.
They started throwing potatoes at each other.
Oh man, that sounds like that should be in that Olympics.
yeah. Maybe that's the other event. The winner gets to do the shin kick. No, these bunch of chaps walked in, and I guess I would assume they were like part of like their football team or something, but they were just a bunch of guys. They may have just been bros. They just came in for their pint at the end of the day, and we were sitting in like what was like kind of like a corner, and they like pulled over a table and then another table. The next thing we knew, we were like completely like we had no way out of our corner.
Wow.
Like
Oh, wow.
like I had to basically like kindly like say excuse me and then start shoving my way out to get my second pint and then go back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I overall that was London, I guess, but like London and Scotland is actually very easy to understand people for the most part. I was told Scotland you got no hope, like they talk, you'd be like what, but that rarely happens.
Oh, okay.
But this was the exception in London. These guys were there. They were having their pints. And we're like, the fuck? You sound like Tasmanian devil.
How did this translate into what I speak? You're like, wait a minute.
Oh my god.
That's why in the South they sound like sometimes you can't understand them because the South is actually their accent.
Yeah, I remember you saying
so
that.
transformed that it becomes
Their own language.
the Southern accent is actually just the elongated English accent. Yeah, and we're the odd ones.
And a lot of people say we got that New York accent. So.
Well, New York accent apparently came from like the Polish and the people who came here to New York, and the Italian. They
Dutch.
couldn't say certain like vowels and stuff. Like they weren't good at it, and that became that accent and molded into the accent that we have here. It's interesting.
We have no vowels. We talk
No,
about
it's
vowels.
just certain vowels that were harder to say for people who spoke different languages. in the way that things were said, so they formed it into the Long Island accent or the Brooklyn accent or the New Jersey accent. Same thing.
Crayon.
Crayon. Or me, crayon.
Ew. That sounds
Ew.
Crayon.
Crayon.
No, it's not.
Crayon.
Yeah.
Spelled
That's
crayon.
Why would I say
Crayon?
crayon?
Like a berry?
Crayon.
Oh, yeah.
Stop making
not-
fun of me.
That's how you
It's a crayon. You're coloring with a crayon. What?
No, you color with crayon.
Yeah.
So it's spelled
I'm not drawing with a cranberry.
We're not
Why am I going to
doing
get a
it.
can of sauce? Dip of paint. I'm not doing
Leave a
calligraphy.
comment or whatever you can on this video and tell me how you say crayon. Okay? All right, or mirror. And then Tony.
Mirror?
Like Aquaman's wife.
Yeah.
Why are you making fun? Tony brought it up. He goes, "What?" And I was like, "A mirror. You're looking in the mirror.
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 Come here,
Accents
mirror.
are
Come
fun.
here.
Mirror. On the
Why you gotta make fun of me? Boo. Anyways,
I used to say bathroom.
Whether-
And take out
whether-
the TH and F.
bathroom.
Bathroom.
I do it for fun.
No,
I love
you know,
bathroom. But
like
say
I
bathroom.
feel like nobody
Bathroom.
understands. New York is very big.
Yeah?
I know people see it on a map. Every place you go to has different accents to it. So I came from when I was upstate and came to New Jersey, and they're like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "What do you mean where I'm from? Upstate. I'm from
Yeah.
upstate." So certain things like crayon and like
Someone gives you a coloring book, they know exactly where you're from.
Yeah.
and Mira and like certain things I went to speech therapy for when I was younger. Like deer was really hard for me to say. Deer. Like a deer that hops, and corn was really.
Oh, what?
How'd you say it
How'd you
then?
just say it?
It was bad. It was enough to go to speech
Yeah.
therapy.
If you make her say it once, she'll go back.
Yeah, she'll revert.
It was very like upstate. It was
Wow.
literally
Deer?
yeehaw,
Yeah,
like
deer.
deer,
Tan.
corn.
Evan Hansen.
I
Calm.
really, even
David.
saying deer, I have to like really like
You say it very
Think
well.
lean into it.
Deer.
Well,
Yeah.
I went to speech therapy for a very long time, and like I learned like because I have a slight dyslexia, so I had to learn BDPQ, and that's how you can tell. Like sometimes when I'm writing, I'm like BDPQ still, but so I did all that. So certain things sound certain ways, but it's because I came from upstate, and Tony's witness. It was one girl my mom's friends with came to my grandma's house once, and she made my accent look normal.
Damn.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was like, holy shit. On my language, holy shit. I was like, I've never seen like the full blown upstate accent where you're like, are you from Canada? Like it almost sounds like
Whoa,
you're bordering
Canadian?
on like a Canadian
Yeah,
accent.
yeah.
Like it's that for sure.
Yeah.
It's that. And some
That's
people
what they sound like.
yeah, no. She definitely was like, I was like, are you from Canada? And she, no.
It's like the seagulls. Like you were saying, the seagulls.
Are you
sounded
comparing me to a seagull?
Whoa.
I in general, language in general. It's
Actually,
like even
if
animals.
Kyle answered and the cows had a different accent, he would have just said cows.
Yeah, I would be like, it's like the cows.
Yeah.
But no, it was the seagulls that sounded different. So it was like the seagulls.
It's just so interesting where like certain accents come from. Like all over
Yeah, but that's
the
what I'm
world.
saying. Like it's interesting that even like other animals, like seagulls, can have different like
Accents.
accents. Yeah. Like they have their own dialects.
I found a kudu.
I've been told I've got an accent when I've gone to cashiers. I've gotten English, Australian.
Yeah, they're like, are you from
Yeah.
England? I was like, where do you get
Wait,
that
what?
from?
People from
Really?
Chicago.
Where you from?
thought that
I
we were
get a
from
lot.
Canada.
Oh wow, interesting.
Maybe because we were nice. I don't know. They're like, oh, you're from New York. Ew.
Yeah.
Gross, throw them out. You're like, oh god.
They tried to
Let
push me off a mountain.
Spit on you like in the movie One Up.
When we went, I think it's when we went to Cancun, and they were like, "Where are you from?" We're like, "New York." They're like, "New York. That's so cool, New York." And we're like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
it's
everyone
not
thinks
as
you're
cool.
from New York City. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not as cool as what you think. All right,
No.
back up. It's dirty. All right.
The
Yeah.
Cotswolds tour guy was just like, I expect you when you go back to New York City to make your own New York City version of our Olympics. Like, okay,
It's not
I am the mayor.
Well, we are.
Cotswold.
Yeah, the Cotswold. You gotta get his email. Tell him what's happening.
I did it.
Oh my god. Maybe that should be the thing. Instead of the boxing event, we have
the
the
cock
little
small
Olympics.
tournament.
Yeah.
We can do both.
Let's do it. We do it before the boxing tournament.
Yeah, as a
That way, a
lead
test
up.
of might.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It could be part of it.
That's true.
Yeah.
The pre-show.
Oh my god, that'd be incredible. Roll a pizza down a hill.
Oh, the pizza.
Mamma mia.
Yeah, it's called the
Even
pizza
stand
remorse.
flat. It just goes.
Full of pizza.
Oh, that was a waste of
Stand flat
pizza.
to
Yeah.
roll. It would just go.
They caught it.
How far can you roll a full pizza?
How long?
Don't cut it.
How long does that have to be on the ground before they won't eat it anymore? It's been on the ground for 3 hours. It's still good.
This is a random question. If I got Surströmming for the podcast, would you guys eat it?
What is it?
What is that?
She's one of the Fantastic Four, right?
Oh,
It's a Surströmming.
yeah, the German
She's the
version.
invisible one.
is that stinky fish?
Yeah.
Fish.
Wow,
try
it's
it?
like really fermented, horribly rancid smelling fish that like you have to
No.
eat outside.
Is it known to be well tolerated? That's the only reason I wouldn't eat it. Is I was like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
feel shitty
No.
after.
I have a very sensitive stomach, so maybe
It
I'll
depends.
pass.
It depends if you like fully eat it. Because a lot of people can't even like they put it in their mouth. They're like,
I'll at least try it as long as I'll survive.
Ooh, that'd be a fun segment.
All right.
The Surströmming segment.
I
Well,
mean,
I don't
they're
eat
fun.
animal
I've
meat,
thrown
so
up
I'm
enough
out.
for this year to kill a horse.
Tony can drink the juice.
Yeah, it's got some stinky ass juice.
Tony went, I can't eat animal meat.
I don't eat animal meat, so I'm out.
So I'm gonna, he can drink the
You-
fucking juice.
And you gotta like not spill any on your clothes, otherwise you gotta burn it. Yeah, burn your
Yeah,
clothes.
you gotta open it with.
Have you tried it?
No, I just know that it's one of the most foulest things on
Oof.
earth.
Okay. Would you do it?
I try
Hell
it.
yeah.
Okay.
We've eaten other weird shit.
Yeah, we've eaten a lot of weird
I
stuff.
know,
Like
yeah.
Stinky cheeses
That's what you
too.
said.
So it's like, eh.
There's one stinky cheese, bruh, but they don't sell it here. It's only in France.
Oh, import. Maybe they have that like app where you can import the cheese.
Tried.
The amount of
Can't
Oh,
find it.
Wow.
the
No.
amount of import tax, it's almost not worth the amount that you import from.
Because they have an American version. Because that's the other thing is they use like fresh milk for it. It's not like
It's not the same.
there, where the milk is.
Pasture.
Well, pasteurized,
Curdled,
exactly. So that way
curdled.
it kills the listeria that
Say
could
it-
potentially.
say it like
so,
it is.
So
with
that's
your
the reason
chest.
why it's only available in France. The American version they don't sell really. So you gotta go to France for it.
Interesting.
There's Surströmming.
Wow. Surströmmen's filet. Sounds delicious.
Yeah, it's $64 for a can. That's why I asked if everyone does it. Come in July.
All right. Right. So I guess let's start going back to our regularly scheduled things. I'll talk about the things I watched on the plane, which I didn't watch anything that was like on the actual display. I watched shit on my iPad. I had downloaded some things, but then when I opened Netflix, it was basically like, oh, we downloaded this movie for you based off like our recommendations. I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Wow, they didn't even ask for your consent. You just did it.
It just took up like gigs on my phone or
Wow.
on my iPad or whatever.
Wow.
So it downloaded Luther Fallen Sun with
What?
Idris Elba. And so I was like, yeah, the hell with it. I'll watch it. I like Idris Elba. He's handsome.
He's a very sexy voice and
Yeah.
a very sexy
And the whole time he
voice.
was dressed like Knuckles. Dude.
Oh my god.
I can't handle it. As soon as you say Knuckles, I completely fall out of my seat.
Yeah, and he kept saying, hello, Rachel.
Don't do that. I gotta go.
You're on an airplane. Where are you going?
To the bathroom.
Yeah.
To the plane plants. Gotta bring an extra pair of panties.
Oh my god.
I have to go, Kyle.
You got some Stu Stroman in your pants.
If you see me running to
Tony's
the
gonna
bathroom tomorrow. If you see me running to the bathroom on the plane tomorrow, I'll be like, oh,
Oh no, she found it. Idris Elba first.
She watched Fallen Sun.
Oh my god.
So I guess Luther is a show that's been around for a long time, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even know about it.
I'm just looking it up now. It was from.
I heard it was a really good show.
Oh, it's only 21
Chocolate
episodes.
nuggies.
Oh wow.
Oh, is it like the British seasons, like 6-episode seasons? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, between 2010 and 2019, they've done 4 seasons, and I guess they did this movie. The movie is actually really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I would recommend it. It's basically like a Sherlock-esque like murder mystery type of thing, just with like he's like a modern version of it, but it's not so much like keen detective work as much as it is just like a standard murder mystery, and he's just very adept and skilled at it. And there was only like this much of like you should have watched the show before watching this movie, which I checked later. It's like it's not even on Netflix. You can't even watch it. I think it's a BBC show, so you'd have to have their stuff, unless it's on whatever streaming service. Where the villain was played by Andy Serkis, or like a villain was played by Andy Serkis, and he was like this what do we call it? Luther. He's too good. We need to find a way to make the public hate him, to ruin his life. Or something. We need to find his darkness. And then the next scene, Luther's in jail. I'm like, wait.
Oh, they found it.
Yeah, they did a really good job. And I was like, what happened? And I think what's implied is if you watch the show, he must like kill people like out of like necessity or something like that, or he's still like a good guy, but he's had to do bad things for like because he had no other option. Like I don't know, something along those lines. Like I had to just kind of like piece it together. Like, are they going to explain like what he did? Like, or like, did they set him up? Did they make shit up? But he was just like, he wasn't denying anything. He was like, I did what I had to do.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So it's like, it was a little bit of Luther in prison, but then still like solving a crime while in prison. But then of course he's not going to probably stay there forever.
Right.
Yeah. And it was good. Yeah, I recommend it.
Cool.
It's not like a groundbreaking, like huge movie, because it's probably like a decent production for a BBC thing. It was good.
Awesome.
Is it a Sherlock Hound?
Sherlock Hound?
Yes.
Woof.
Yeah. It exists.
Someone neuter that dog.
Sherlock Hound.
Sherlock Hound is like, I could tell from the look in your eyes that you have stress and wrinkles, and it is perhaps from a failing marriage, and it means that you are cheating on your spouse.
It's an Italian anime.
Oh,
Oh.
that was my Benedict Cumber dog. Okay. All right, cool.
like
And at the very last possible moment on our flight home yesterday, I watched the second half of the LBJ movie that I watched
Whoa!
going to
Bryan
Punta Cana.
Cranston?
It comes full circle.
Wow.
Because I know you were going to ask.
Yeah. Totally.
What was the worst part of LBJ?
Yeah.
The worst part of LBJ all the way?
Linda B. Johnson.
Oh, thank you. Like, who the hell is LBJ?
JFK
Let's
kind of
blow
like
job.
died somehow. I forget how. And no one knows, actually.
No one knows. It's a secret.
And then this guy became president.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Probably the use
Great
of derogatory words.
Yeah, and then they made
Oh.
JFK's wife watch while she was still covered in her husband's blood while he got sworn in. They didn't even let her change. So she was still covered in his blood, and they're like, "Yeah, let's swear in this guy. He's
It's
president
weird
now."
because it was 2 weeks later. No, I'm just kidding.
No, because it was on the plane where his body was. It was on. They swore.
Well, you gotta have a
She just
president.
couldn't-
I
She just
understand,
shouldn't
but they
change
couldn't
clothes
give
for
her
2
a
weeks.
chance to change her clothes. I was like, she was just sitting there like.
Maybe she should have brought another outfit.
Yeah. Maybe she should have worn
She
an
knew
apron.
it was happening, so
You're married to the president. You know it's a risk. You should bring another pair of clothes.
Or like
Always wear a smock. Yes.
Oh my God!
It might rain.
The presidential poncho.
The president's like, "Why are you wearing a
Gallagher
poncho?"
Splatter Guard. It's
The
like, what the
president's-
hell?
The president's like, "Why are you wearing a poncho, Jackie?" And he goes, "It might rain
Yeah,
anytime.
it might rain.
Anytime."
And then ever since then, every president's wife has had to wear a poncho in public.
Speaking of shows, I thought you would like to hear
what?
what I started. Well, I'm trying to make Tony catch up. Very good. Sex in the City, the regular Sex in the City. I love Sex in the City. This is my second time watching it. I still love it as much as the
Unless
first
it's something
time.
bad, sorry.
The original show, the first. I started watching.
Like, I love Sex and the City, and I like the show.
I started watching the new
pull up a
season. I started watching the new season because I was like, I should maybe give it a shot.
And just like that,
Yeah, and just like that, I have some words about
Oh.
it. They immediately kill Big. Spoiler alert. They
Yeah.
immediately kill him.
Hey.
Like first episode, kill him.
It's a meme.
it wasn't immediate. It wasn't like Yellow Ranger.
It might as well have been. They
Did
might
he
as well have
explode?
He spun and exploded.
His heart did.
been. His heart. His heart exploded. No, he was riding a Peloton, and then apparently he did it every day.
And he had like after an after exercise cigar. I'm like, oh yeah, they're not setting anything up.
And then he had a heart issue, and they're like, no, he can ride a Peloton. I go, what the? Where's this doctor? I go, this guy has a heart problem. Oh yeah, beat your heart faster. That's gonna really do it. But I had some issues with some of the stuff.
While we're still on that note, just real quick, from what I recall, he has like a heart attack, goes into I guess cardiac arrest.
Yeah, the death is so funny.
And she just weeps over him. Like she doesn't
try.
She doesn't call 911. She doesn't try any CPR or anything.
She it is. I actually giggled,
Like,
and I
he-
shouldn't
like,
have
he
giggled.
could have been
I went,
saved.
this is bad. I
She's
go,
like, "No, he's dead."
and he was sitting there for.
eyes.
You're telling me he's sitting there for hours, and then when she comes, he makes eye contact with her. And
All right, so
I go for hours.
What are your other issues?
My issues are it's just the same issues with everything nowadays. It's like you can introduce these characters and have them be characters without forcing like certain issues to be in the show. Like I understand
Shay?
everything.
I love Shay.
Everything.
Shay's
The
cool.
Shay's
professor
cool.
too, where I'm like, you need to force those issues of that. And Miranda, when the let me pardon my
Ass?
cursing, but when the fuck I go, when the fuck was she as a person?
Did you give up cursing for Lent?
Whoa.
This is the second time that you're like,
Yeah.
hold on, I'm gonna curse.
Just so the podcast can know. They made her like quit her job as a corporate lawyer to be like an activist lawyer for women. I go, her as her character in the original show, I don't think would ever do that. I think she, like, that's not her character. And I go, and you made her quit for like these other reasons. I go, she was a workaholic.
So is that their fault or is that your fault for having perspective?
Oh my god.
Therefore, they should have watched the original show. I feel like Samantha not being there, I went, it takes the sex out of the Sex and the City show, you know? Like, she was the one that was sexually, like, exploring and telling them, like, all the girls, it's okay to, like, just have a one-night stand. Like, you don't...
naked body is upsetting me.
Wasn't she out there having sex with a bunch of people all over the world now? And they're just like, oh my god, Samantha.
No, they went, she's in England. They were like, why, though? Why would she...
Naked
because Carrie fired her, and now they don't talk because she fired her. I was
Okay, wait, hold on. I have a thing. Why is the CW making a prequel show to Sex and the City called The Carrie Diaries?
that was a long time ago they made that.
There's new seasons of it literally
Really?
now.
What?
It was a prequel to Sex and the City with just Carrie growing up.
We just saw a trailer for
I didn't even know that was a thing. Alex is
It's
like,
been
they
a
did a
thing.
prequel? I was like,
Yeah.
I don't even know.
It's been a thing.
It's
I
like
was
The
just-
Carrie Diaries. I was
Yeah.
like, what? What?
I think they were testing the water to see like how many people would watch if they redid it again. Same with the movies too. I feel like they were just like, do you want
more?
it? Do you want?
Yeah,
I
so
mean, like, I love the characters, and I love the characters as much as I love Seinfeld. Like, I told Tony, it's just Seinfeld but girls. Like, if you want to watch more
it really
Seinfeld,
is, yeah.
I'd watch Sex and the City
That's
because
true.
it's like a lot of stuff. Even if it's in the '90s and the beginning of 2000s, it's like a lot of stuff that you can physically relate to as like a person. Like, I feel like there is a lot of toxic, but a lot of people have toxic traits of running back to certain people, and I think it's relatable. And I watched the first couple episodes. I think I got up to
Did Tony watch them with you?
no. I'm trying to catch him.
He was
up on the
nowhere to be
originals.
found.
I was at work watching this.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, no, because we happen to be going away. So my girl that's filling in for me didn't want me to do the work because she would rather start it herself.
Okay,
than with
yeah,
her.
it's all good.
Whatever. But I was watching it, and I was like, okay, I see where you're coming from. You're trying to force specific situations, and I'm like, I get it. I truly get the struggle of people. I feel like they don't want to be in the, like, not saying they don't want to be in the spotlight, but they want to be treated like normal people. Why couldn't we have this show and not be like, oh, look, there's a person who transitioned into like somebody. I go, let them be a character in the show without, like, I know
Pointing
they have
it out,
strong
you mean?
goals, but like pointing it out in every single scene that they're in. Like, you noticed that, right? Like, they had to, like, bring something up.
Yeah.
About, oh, you're...
I mean, I got
yeah.
reminded, as a white man, every about 15 seconds, I need to be reminded of my privilege.
Yeah.
And I know that's
Literally.
normal.
And it feels like it's
I
like, this
expect
is not what...
Check your privilege at the door before
Yeah.
you came.
Yeah. I had to.
I
It's either
understand
that or my pants.
I understand they want to introduce all these characters who... the show did need a little spicing up because it was just, like, 4 white women, to be honest. I feel like it did need a little bit of spice in it where, like, but they did interact with other people. It wasn't like it was just them as a friend group living their lives and then coming together and discussing their stuff. And it was Carrie who writes a sex article in the early 2000s, which was new, about her life. And that's where, like, the article's called Sex in the City. And that's where that name comes from.
Yeah.
I feel like they did run into people of all different types. I miss Samantha. I loved her as a character.
She's still in it, just through the form of text messages.
And
Yeah.
a note.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like how... the thing I did
I
like
don't remember. I'm just like, oh, yeah.
the way they should have done the characters, bringing in all these different characters, was the way they did Stanford. One of the gay guys, he's in the original show, how they brought him into the circle, which was very casually, like, not slowly, but very normal.
Yeah.
They brought him in where they didn't bring in the issues like that. He was, in a same-sex
He's the one that
relationship.
passed away. Oh, do you not know? In real life?
I didn't know in real life, but yeah, he might have been the one that passed away in real life.
He was in the first episode or 2 or
Second,
something.
3, and then he probably disappeared.
And yeah.
Yeah, so he was such a good character on the original show.
Yeah, my wife expressed
But he
the
was
same
like
thing.
he was kind of like an outside character. He wasn't like part of the inner circle. In this season he like became kind of
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's fine. It's cool. It's fine. They have so many and Carrie's now like part of a podcast, but she like is like kind of like in the beginning afraid to talk about sex. I go, but that's not her character. She writes about sex.
Yeah.
All she does is talk about sex in the show,
Yeah.
you know?
I think it's different to like write something and then also openly talk about it. You know, I think it's easier to write.
You know who else is
In a
in
way.
it? You know who's in it in the podcast scene? The guy from Mad TV.
Yeah.
Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee's
Bobby
in
Lee.
it.
I love Bobby.
Bobby
Lee.
Lee's in it.
I love Bobby Lee.
I wasn't
Yeah.
like surprised, but I was taken off guard.
You know who else is in it?
Who?
George Washington from Hamilton.
Oh. Oh yes, she's the husband. He's the
Yeah.
husband. I didn't even notice.
I'm like,
That's
George
so sad.
Washington's coming home.
Yeah, yeah, and they do talk about like certain issues. Like they have a girl who's like trying IVF. They have like the white privilege of like trying to protect like an African American woman, saying like, I don't need you, the white savior, to like white knight to come and save
you go.
me.
Yeah.
And she's
Check
like,
that
well, when
privilege.
is?
Yeah.
Dude, she was like, well, when is it an appropriate time for me to like step in and say like that's wrong? Like they do talk about that, but I feel like I'm not here for this.
I think that's what the show's about, though.
I know, I know, and I'm so used to the old one.
And yeah, I mean, I didn't have your context, so I was just like, this is a show about how many of these women are there left? There's
three.
The 3 remainders are I
Happened to
guess.
Charlotte's face. Can we talk about that?
Oh, that's the one that
Very
looks visceral. Yeah.
I'll look it up. For you.
If it's the one that I'm thinking of.
That was a very palpable distaste.
Man, one of your lungs is over here.
She was beautiful in the original one. I go, why?
Then she turns into Skeletor.
She looks like her face.
nuts and sticking out.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That's hilarious.
Like she was so beautiful. She did something to her face that really did it for me.
They don't,
That was her in the original. She was
there's
like,
some things that I feel like you can't blame the show for.
it's not the show, it's her choices. I guess.
Damn. What about woman empowerment?
Yeah, I mean, she looks like she aged and got a little bit of work done.
No, not a little bit. In the show, it looks like she can't
she's
even
not the
move
one
her
I was
face.
thinking of.
I think I
Yeah,
remember
that's-
trying to look up if that actress had a stroke.
She might have.
I don't think she did, but I was just like,
you see.
I felt bad. And like, oh, she just looks like she's hurting.
Wait, so what? I want to know who this other one is then.
Me too. That wasn't even the one. That wasn't the one that he was gasping for.
Oh wait, were you thinking about Cynthia Nixon?
Maybe, probably. I think so. The politician.
Yeah.
Yes.
I still don't have a picture, man. You gotta pull it up.
Now I know
when
a
Rachel
name.
said it's like Seinfeld, I brought to my brain now my reboot
Like-
of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
She looks a little rough.
Yeah. I can imagine if they had.
Oh,
I know.
Yes. She is. That's Miranda.
old.
That's-
audibly old.
But first of all, that face has never changed. That has been her face from the beginning.
That's the reason why I didn't
that's
watch
Miranda.
the original Sex and the City.
I was like, that's Miranda. That's the one who was the lawyer who I was like, she would never just quit her job.
Oh, okay.
She was a workaholic. She had a kid. Even if she did realize like family is like really important in the original shows, she did still like care about like that. And I couldn't see her as that. And the kids were introduced, their kids that they had, like one just like has sex all the time. I go, I've seen that kid as a little boy. It's like seeing AJ and then all of a sudden he's like having sex with a girl. Like, I'm like,
One day he
Bound to
will.
happen.
but I don't want
It's
to see it.
inevitable.
Okay, I
Well,
want to see it.
Depends on his career.
Okay. But you see him like have this girl. I think the funniest part of the first episode is seeing, or second episode is seeing him have the girl and they're just sitting there and they can hear the bed hit the wall on the other side where their bedroom is, and they're just sitting there and the husband is like deaf. He's like went deaf in his ears through his hearing aids. So he's like, I can only just barely hear them. And she goes, you're so lucky. She was like, you're so, because they're like screaming. They're not like
Wow.
trying to hold
It's
it in. 'cause
HBO.
they're- Yeah, I know. It's HBO. They have to.
HBO owner.
And then Charlotte has like two girls. Yeah, so I was watching that, and there's one other show I just want to mention before. Tony's hasn't watched this show either.
Oh.
Because it's more of like a true crime show, so Tony's not into true crime shows. Sorry, I'm being truthful.
Why are you being sorry?
Have you, since me and Matt, have you seen Love and Death? Have you seen Love and Death?
No.
It is Elizabeth Olsen, isn't it? The
Oh.
one who Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
She's in it, and it's about Candy Montgomery, I think her name was, and how she killed a woman with an axe
Whoa.
40 times. It's fine.
Lizzie
No,
Borden.
Same woman 40 times?
Yeah, with
Brought her
an
back,
axe.
killed her, brought her back, killed her.
No, she hit her with an axe 40 times. She was like my height too.
Wow.
Over a guy who was really ugly. It's fine.
Wow.
People talk about they're like this girl wasn't the best looking girl, but she wasn't like he was below her, whatever. But the show's really good. It's talks about like kind of from her perspective. They don't show the killing. They just kind of like show you the after effect of her like hyperventilating in the shower. And they show like the investigation, and they show her life before and how she got into the affair with the guy, and you see them together and you see all that, and it's very good. They're in a Christian church together. Like there's a circle of like people, and they think like she like blacked out while killing her. Like she was attacked by the woman she killed, and she kind of like she's free right now. She never went to jail.
Wow.
Yeah, she pled guilty and she never went to jail.
What?
Yep. She lives somewhere and now she's a therapist.
Now she's a
It's
lumberjack.
fine. She's a therapist now, and I'm like, wow.
Change her career.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, she's
She's
a therapist
Wolverine.
now, and she's a counselor,
Mm.
and she is living her best life right now, and she's not too old either. This happened in the 80s. She's like maybe like 60 right now,
So is she now getting harassed because of the show?
maybe.
I feel like that would happen, yeah.
Yeah.
But this show is kind of like sympathetic towards her. Realistically, there is one more show that they did based on this girl, and it was fairly recently. I don't know why they did two. Where her actions were questionable. In real life, her actions were very questionable. It was like the theory was that she blacked out after it happened or not, but the just to quickly summarize it, the jury was questioning, well, she didn't know the house because they never had an affair in the house. They had it in hotel rooms. They questioned the husband and said, well, where's the axe? And they're like, well, the axe is in the garage. And they said, would Candy have known that? And they said no, because she never was like in the garage. So they said, then who took the axe off the wall if it wasn't your wife? And the wife was kind of crazy. Like she had some not crazy. She had some mental health issues. She was struggling with postpartum. She may have just found out that she might have been pregnant at that point again. And she was like, I can't handle another kid. She was already suffering from other issues, and they don't know whether she found out about the affair and snapped. That's what Candy's thing was. But I think you'd enjoy it. It's not enjoy it. You would like it. You see like how it kind of like destroyed her family, and like how the husband was. They made the husband out to be like a simp a little.
Whoa.
They made him out to be like he just kind of like found out about the relationship and was like, okay, as long as you don't do it again, you know, like it was odd, and the whole thing was just. She got away because they think it was self-defense, and they were like, it was just self-defense. Yeah. But they said, then why did you hit her 40 times?
That's crazy.
40 times isn't a self-defense. And she had, I think they said she had defensive wounds on her legs and her arms. Oh. So they're like, was it what it was? It was bad. And she left the baby. She left her newborn baby in the house with her. Ew. The neighbors got a call from the husband saying, can you just check? My wife's not answering the phone. Can you just check? So the neighbors went in and checked and found the baby in the crib. The baby was in the crib for like 2 days by itself. Wow.
That's terrible.
It was bad. It was just bad, and all these people still are alive today. So the wife. Come on,
can't
Alex.
say all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all
I don't know if you're
alive.
looking it up.
No, there's something completely different.
Okay. But it was a good show. I suggest to watch it.
Oh.
I was generating. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail. No,
This one.
Yep.
I suggest to watch it. It's HBO. It's good. It's still updating, like every episode every week. It's like
it's not
an
done?
ongoing thing. Yeah.
Wow.
So it only has like 5 episodes. So it's not
How many are out?
5 or 6.
Oh.
It's not really.
Oh, I thought you were saying the series is 5 episodes.
No, there's more.
Okay.
I doubt there's going to be season 2 because.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Season 2's just like actually her at home.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they
It's
definitely
just a hidden camera show.
They
now.
definitely hire a better looking actress to play her. She's not like that.
I feel like they do that for everything, though.
Oh, yeah.
No, but the guy is worse looking. They made him like super worse looking.
That's
in
how
the
you
show.
can tell who they want to paint badly in the show.
Mm-hmm.
They just said like there was a lot of things that like they can't tell whether she meant it maliciously or like really was defending herself.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because she took a shower after in that house that she killed the woman. She took a shower. I go, you have to be kind of in your right mind to like not just run out of the house. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
panic. It's panic. Like,
If you black
I
out
must clean.
from
Yeah.
the stress of it and what's going on,
Lady
you're not
Macbeth.
gonna go. Maybe I should take
Yeah,
a
you
shower.
bounce.
Yeah.
Just
She
leave.
took a shower
damn
and
spot.
left, and cut up the shoes she wore, and like she
Oh, so
really
she tried
went
to get
out
away
of her
from it.
way to like cover it up. She went home,
Oh,
got
yeah.
changed,
No, that's
like.
not good.
That's different.
But whether it was like panic and then covering it up because she panicked,
Oh, yeah.
it was both sides. Both sides had issues.
crazy.
She never had any issues. Like they did mental health thing on her, and she didn't have any mental issues. So whether it was just self-defense, blackout, she got hit a couple times by that girl on her foot. She had like an axe mark, like the other girl
Damn.
hit her.
crazy.
And on her head,
An axe
she had,
battle?
Like, she had like a mark on her head, like she was hit with like the side of it. So whether the girl was trying to kill her, and then she was just doing it in self-defense, I don't know. It's
Oh,
a
kooky.
good. It's a cool, not cool,
Interesting.
interesting series to watch.
Yeah.
It was a big deal in the 80s, like big deal. So, yeah, that was it.
Nice.
Yeah, cool.
Good deal. Yeah, I think I saw a trailer or like a lot.
Yeah.
They advertised that
You
pretty
definitely
well.
saw a trailer.
And I think I saw her like she went on the late shows like right before the writer's strike started.
Yeah.
There's a writer's strike going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was this other small independent release that came out a couple of weeks ago called Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yeah, very small.
Did anyone see it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Not
Sorry,
at all.
I didn't catch on.
I didn't see it twice. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm guessing. Well, where do you want to begin? A spoiler alert, since everyone here saw it.
Yes, spoiler alert.
If you, the listener / viewer, have not, go watch the movie and come
Have
back.
you seen it?
I have.
Oh.
I saw it like the day before. I saw it right before I left.
Oh, that's why I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. So all set. What do you guys think?
Awesome.
I liked
Yeah.
it.
Very
I
good.
loved it
Yeah,
actually.
Very good.
It won an award from PETA.
Already?
PETA?
Yeah,
Wow.
like the animal testing.
Animal
They said it was a good depiction of what
Oh yeah, I guess it would.
Animal
Yeah.
cruelty.
what animal cruelty to a relative extent because it's.
Well, yeah.
But yeah,
But I feel like in terms of the animal abuse, I don't know why this is going to be what I'm talking about. I like the movie.
Yeah.
because it was a large part of the movie.
I like the movie.
Yeah.
I feel like in terms of showing abuse, they didn't go
Show as
nuts
much. Yeah.
showing abuse.
Yeah.
Because then nobody would watch it.
Yeah. But that's what everyone was saying. Was like there's so much like animal abuse. I was
Yeah,
like,
they didn't
I feel
really
like
harp on it.
yeah.
No, yeah.
It's like they're getting abused anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the cage. We understand.
Yeah,
They've been augmented.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we know it's worse than what happened to what Thanos did to his own kids, and
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
says
Yeah.
a hell of a lot.
Chip chip.
Chip, chip.
I
Oh
like
my
that.
god! Stop. Do you know? I just learned a fact too. Now that we're talking about it, you know, throughout the movie, that's why Rocket wanted Bucky's arm was because he collected robotic arms and stuff because it reminded him of his friends.
Oh.
And I went, oh, I don't know if I could watch all these other movies.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's why he wanted his arm was because it was like Lily's arms, her robotic arms, and that's why he was like collecting batteries and stuff, and like, later in the film. So I was like, oh my god, stop it!
Interesting.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I thought it was a very good film. It was like an emotional roller coaster ride, which was great. I love that. I think it was definitely the better of any of these MCU movies that have recently come out. So it was like a night and day difference between this movie and like a lot of the other ones that just came out.
A lot of great humor.
Yeah. And it
Without
wasn't
being too much.
Yeah, like it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they're changing the character for humor. That's what I liked about it. It's like no, these are the characters, and it's just funny because they're like it's just their interactions.
Especially when they jumped off of the ship and the
great.
other crew is trying to break
that was
onto
great.
the ship.
Yeah,
I like
was
when they're
really
floating
good.
when they jump and she's just like slowly turning.
Yeah,
Nobody
oh my
else is
God.
turning. That's Tony.
yeah.
Nobody else is spinning and Tony's spinning.
Then they had the killer F-bomb.
Yeah. That was awesome.
It's like, whoa!
They never did that before.
Not that I recall.
No.
Wolverine said the F. word.
Yeah, but that was
but
a different
that
movie.
was the Fox
Yeah.
films.
Yeah, but it's been done.
Yeah, but not in a,
like
Yeah,
this.
not with
not in a-
Disney.
well, not in a Marvel.
Because
Yeah.
he streamed it.
No, it's because it's like the Marvels.
Disney.
Yeah, Disney Marvel. You know,
Mhm.
so big deal for them.
It made me respect Rocket Raccoon a lot more.
He was always my favorite.
I really like him as a character, and I hope they continue something else with him because I was like, I'm interested. You know, I know they said Star-Lord will return.
Yeah.
Where's
But
Rocket Raccoon's
I was just
return?
like, I don't care. I want Rocket Raccoon. Make me respect him the way I respect Rocket
And
Raccoon.
Cosmo.
And
Cosmo was great. I like
Cosmo
Cosmo.
did-
Take back a bed.
I am not a
You're a
bad
bad
dog,
dog.
but that is how a dog would respond.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
whoever did this knows dogs. I am not a bad dog. Do you take that back?
And everybody's like, just take it back already.
I knew you thought I was a good dog.
That was awesome. Interesting that Star-Lord doesn't use any of his like gear.
Yeah, where was the mask?
The mask, the jet boots, which would have saved him at the end of the movie
Yeah,
too.
I thought that was interesting too.
Yeah.
Is it because they were like in a rush to save Rocket? Is that like
I
implied?
guess.
He
Like,
left him on the ship.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I still feel like he had the time to pick up the guns.
Yeah.
He had the guns in the very beginning, and then it just.
Yeah. Well, he also had it when it was inside Groot, remember?
Yes. Yeah. A lot of guns in there.
Yeah.
Groot is like the best.
Yeah.
Groot is
I definitely.
maturing.
I was thinking the same thing. Is he's in space and they're like, oh, he's gonna explode and die. It's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
They just thought him out.
Yeah.
I think it's sad when like Groot's reaching out and his vines like snap, like he can't. I feel like Groot is the nanny of the group because he's really the one that runs over and like takes care of everybody who like I was like, wow, he really loves these
He's
guys.
a
Like, he
tank.
can't-
Yeah.
Yeah.
He grew up with them technically because the mini Groot is like new group.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the same group.
Yeah,
as
yeah, yeah. That's
the
why it looks so
beginning.
different too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
and
like-
he also matured. That's a Groot, a species, whatever species he is. That's
he
them
can talk
matured
now.
is at the very end.
Didn't he get like really destroyed at one part in the movie?
Yes.
Yeah,
How
which
did
is-
He was
how-
decapitated.
How did he
Yeah.
come? How did he come back? He's a cartoon character now.
Because no, because they said as he matured, when he gets to a certain stage, he can regenerate a lot quicker than he used to be. In the comics, at least, he used to be like a little stub and a little. He used to be just in a pot the whole time until they needed him, and then he would be like a full person. But
Okay.
can regenerate. His race can regenerate faster the older they get. So him now being fully matured is cool. And us being able to understand him at the end when he went, I love you
Yeah.
guys, is us finally understanding him fully.
love you, guys.
Yeah, now Vin Diesel
like,
gets
wow,
his full
Vin
voice.
Diesel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was just in full Vin Diesel.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, wow, okay, Vin Diesel, going all out.
No filter. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why his new movie wasn't as great.
Oh,
That's what I heard.
I didn't see it.
Fast 10.
I heard it wasn't as.
Fast 6.
Part 1.
Yeah, of 3.
Oh, of 3?
Part 1 of 3.
I thought it was of 2. What
Wait,
the
this is
hell?
really a part movie? Like
Yeah.
a split movie?
Yes.
Guardians.
But they should
ends.
make it a 10-part movie.
Yeah, I would.
Might as well at this point.
I want people to do stupid shit like that so bad.
Oh, who played
Same thing
the
with
Duck? Howard
Mission
the Duck.
Impossible. That's part movie
Farley.
now,
That's
too.
why I said I was
Oh,
like
the new one.
Seth Green. I was like, he plays
that.
Chris in Family Guy. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, I knew his voice, Seth Green.
And like
He
Robot
plays
Chicken.
Howard the Duck.
Yeah, yeah, when they're playing the cards and stuff.
That's why I was like, I know that voice.
Yeah,
It's
when's the new
impossible.
How the Dog movie, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, that's why I said you can't introduce the voice like he's
tits.
playing him. And,
Adam Warlock sucked.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
I
just,
thought he was funny.
but
I like
He
the
was silly.
actor.
It's
funny.
every scene he's doing this.
But yeah, that was about it. That's all he was.
Yeah.
He was just a dumb idiot. But that's
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he was taken out of his
Yeah.
cocoon
Too
early.
early. Yeah.
He
yeah.
also, the actor also said that that's a very, 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 very young.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they took him out too
Because
early.
they said like he knows nothing.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
They just gave him the most simple, straightforward arc where when Star-Lord, spoiler,
Yeah.
you thought there's a chance he might schmuffocate. There was like, this
I
is
like
the
the-
part where he gets rescued.
Yeah.
I like it being like Michelangelo with the finger.
Yeah.
Oh, that was dumb as fuck.
And his mom
I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I see.
I think I'm going on the record saying I think I didn't. I like the movie okay. I don't. I think of everyone here, I'm guessing I get bottom place of like how much I liked it.
Yeah.
I felt like that was just the icing of like, oh god.
Oh, God.
It's like I get it. He's like a god, demigod, whatever the frick Star-Lord's going to be. Even though he doesn't. I guess he would have died immediately if he weren't him in that scene. And he held out just long enough to be rescued. And they did the little touching tips.
Yeah.
The only issue I had
Adam
with the
and-
movie was that there was no consequence for any actions. Like there was like, oh, people got shot. It was like, oh, they're fine. They woke it up. Or like him going off into space and blowing up into like.
It had all the Marvel
There was no
tropes.
Except,
It had
except for Floor, Lily.
Oh, shut
Yeah.
That's
past.
the other
That's in the
ones.
past.
Yeah, Teeves.
Yeah, and then like we were saying before too, the consequence of the movies that the team's all broken up.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
When a lot of like for the past how many years since that first one came out,
Yeah.
they've been a team all the way through Infinity
Yeah.
War, Endgame, the second movie, this. So that's like the big consequences.
Yeah.
Like there's no
This,
like that
yeah,
team's
it's like they
gone.
grew up. Like it's,
They needed that
that's-
final consequence. They're like, well, no consequences
yeah.
till the end.
Yeah, but I think that's what I liked about it is that like everybody's character grew up.
Yeah.
and it was like they all got their final ending, right? Like even Drax is like, oh,
I liked
he
that.
wasn't
Yeah,
meant to
that
be
was a
destroyed.
I
He
really
was
liked
meant
how
to
they
love
handled
kids.
Drax.
Yeah.
That was my favorite
was
thing
so
about the
funny.
movie
Yeah.
because I've been going to this being like, oh, he's like lost his purpose, like his
Yeah.
Yeah.
like his, to avenge his murdered wife and child.
Yeah.
Is like Thanos has been gone for a while now. Like instead, they gave him a new reason to
Yep.
live, which I thought was really special
awesome,
and
yeah.
nice.
I
Yeah.
Now
think
he's like K plus 800.
Yeah.
I think it was
Drax
it was
dead.
nice
He's
to
hitting
be
them
like
all the kids with
he-
basketballs now.
Come on, moron.
I think they showed that I forgot her name, the one with the antennas. I always forget her name.
Mantis.
Mantis. I think since he had no purpose, his purpose was Mantis, and then she was like, "I gotta go," and he goes, "I can
Yeah.
come with you," and she goes, "No."
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't
I
need
think
you. I'm
by
strong
that
now.
they're showing that he's moving on. His purpose is to like do exactly what he was supposed to do before his daughter died.
Yeah, Mantis is like, I'm off to make a Jungle Book movie.
Yeah, Mantis is like
Bye.
one of those girls with like 12 big dogs. She's like, I don't need no man. Yeah. I love my dogs more than you. Don't be jealous.
Big dog energy.
It really is big dog. It's my energy. I woke up with 18 dogs. Please. If my house was big enough, I'd have 20.
You'd have
big
giant,
dogs.
like, kraken
Everybody
monsters.
Come lay with me, and it's like 50 dogs. Oh God!
You're in the cocoon now.
Just my head showing. Oh fuck yeah!
Whoa.
Are you hanging out with Breasty?
You mean Breasty the Godzilla Breasty? Have you seen that?
The Loch Ness.
Wait,
No,
what? There's a
it's-
breasty Godzilla?
Yes, there
There's
is.
Godzilla-S?
Yes.
Godzilla.
What?
I'll show you right now.
What the hell?
Doom, 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 doom.
Time to feed. Get over here, Godzuki.
Yeah, Godzilla gets sprayed across the ocean.
It's got like laser milk.
Yeah. The kaijus, they all have their lasers.
I don't think we're allowed to use that word anymore.
Yeah, I know. They gotta switch it up.
God damn it! I saw
No, this
I saw
might-
it on Facebook yesterday and I giggled so
It's like
hard.
Godzilla with bazongas.
It was like a whole bunch
Just
of
like
different
female
size
boobies.
boobs.
Like peach colored.
That's really funny.
I gotta find
that
it.
recommended
I'm sorry.
for you?
I'm gonna. I don't know. I rolled up. I showed Tony. Right?
You're like, share.
Putting that in my mental codex for future gifts.
Busty Godzilla. No, I like this movie. It was my favorite of the three Guardians.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm surprised to hear you didn't like it as much. But I think maybe it's because, one, I like Rocket a lot, and I like the team being the family for him, and being like, in the first movie, if he fell out into space, they're like, I don't give a fuck about him, you know. And then this movie, they're very much like, oh, I care, and like, we're trying to do this stuff. And the fact that the team splitting up feels somehow right at the end, where it's like, no, they really don't need to be all together right now. They can split up, and Gamora.
Wow.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
That's a different one. I didn't see that.
That isn't the one that I saw. The other one I saw was like you know how they have that they have like that
I want them to be the
I forgot
Guardians
what
of the
they-
Galaxy.
I want them to guard my galaxy.
you tell like Chat GBT to make you a picture of this. That's like what it was.
like
Them as
Injury or
in
something?
the two boobs.
Yeah.
It was-
Them
Oh
my
God.
guardians.
I'm gonna continue to search for
Whoa.
it because those were like I was like what the, and it was different boob sizes too, and I'm like what the hell?
What?
It was like gazungas to like normal size ones. I was like, what the hell is going
The little
on?
dog nipples? Like little.
Yeah, the little.
Yeah, literally from like in bathing suits. Maybe I'll type in that.
I don't even.
I hope that's in Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, please, God.
With the jiggle physics.
Godzilla.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, I agree with that, and I also like that they didn't force the relationship between Star-Lord and Gamora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt that was a very good way of doing it.
Yeah.
Because it was like, and they didn't force the relationship between him and his sister either.
Yeah, Nebula. Yeah. No, it was cool. Because, like, Mark was asking me what I thought about the movie. I was like, oh, you know, it's sad that they didn't get together. He goes, no, I like that they did that. I'm like, no, me too. But it was sad.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
It was neat that like, there doesn't need to be that payoff. Where like, all of a sudden, oh my God, she remembers everything.
Now she's got something better, a glass table.
Yeah.
She's hanging with Sylvester Stallone. It's nice.
Yeah.
Check out my glass spaceship.
Yeah. The toilet's glass too.
Don't worry.
Just be below deck.
I'm fixing the engine.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, I'm interested to see how James Gunn's gonna do the DC stuff now.
Yeah,
Wrote
big
Superman
time.
already.
Yeah, Superman Legacy and
Wow.
Crypto's gonna be in it, so
That's
that's gonna be
crazy.
cool.
Yeah, he
Dang.
freaking wrote that fast.
Yeah, he writes
Yeah.
so freaking quickly, and because he
Anyways, that's as good
He
as
just
I can
like
get.
chat GBT'd the script.
Yeah.
I wrote it.
Yeah. This is mine.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we watched the Scooby Doo and
Crypto.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It was a movie. I liked
really?
it. It was,
was
good.
good. It was good.
It was a typical Scooby Doo movie.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
had Lex Luthor in it, which was cool. A cool thing. And
Was it good or bad? I can't get the vibe right now.
No, it was good. It was an
good.
entertaining movie.
Yeah.
Right? Like
It wasn't like a.
It wasn't like Scooby-Doo Zombie Island or anything, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like
no
that.
blockbuster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it was good though.
it was it was definitely an entertaining
you
movie.
get to see Fred. Did they kiss?
Eat someone.
Oh my
Sort
god.
of
They sort of kissed.
Fred and
Yeah.
Daphne.
Fred and
Daphne.
Crypto?
They don't really.
Yeah,
they
Fred and
sort of
Crypto.
like she kissed him on the cheek. I think there might have been something else too. I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, off screen, you know.
Rub and squirt.
And also, Jimmy Olsen thinks that him and Daphne were dating, even though she like danced with him once at a dance, and that was it. Yeah. So
Were they of like a different era? Like
no.
No, it's like modern day.
oh, it was
They
like
were-
a
they
modern
were-
day
they
Jimmy
knew each
Olsen.
other.
I thought be like you danced with me. That means we're together.
Picture very
Yeah.
like, old Jimmy
He was
Olsen.
taking pictures
Golly
of.
Kind of was.
Yeah.
It kind of was like that.
He was still like that,
He
like
was still
but it was
like
just
that.
modern day.
It was just a little modern
All
day,
right.
but they're like,
Yeah.
His brain was like in the 60s or something.
Yeah. No,
I could have sworn that Lex Luthor was gonna make out with Velma, but whatever. Right? Like
Yeah,
you
did
kind
see-
of get the vibe where you're like, you're smart, I'm smart.
I love
Yeah.
your brain.
But it never happened. It never happened.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I want your
Also,
brain.
I didn't like the way they portrayed what's her face?
Ace the Batman.
No,
Asshound?
Joker and-
Half
Mercy?
half
Mercy.
plays
The
the
way they
bass.
made Mercy was like not the way I would have visioned Mercy as.
Yeah, it was a different type of mercy.
Always is.
Yeah.
Didn't like this one.
What's your favorite type of mercy?
Like an
Beaucoup.
intelligent one.
Yeah.
I like Mercy. I like Mercy when she's as intelligent as Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Like when she's like equal to their like.
I like the
partners.
Cobra Kai way. Strike hard, strike fast, no mercy.
Yeah, that's a great one.
I didn't like how like goofy she started as an assistant. And I was like,
My least favorite mercy is when you lock the hands and you
Yeah.
try and twist until you
Oh,
have to
yeah.
say it.
Mercy.
I hate that mercy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so we did that and we watched the Ruby special with, speaking of, we watched a lot of Superman stuff, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess
So
so.
I dispute my issues with Guardians 3.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because-
I'm sorry.
because-
I went off.
That's okay. Okay. Because these are just like, I saw it once and I already feel like I want to watch it again just because it would be like, now that I saw it and I understand, I want to go back in. And I liked a lot of it. There's just parts of it that I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I felt that the main villain felt sort of forced. What's
High
his-
evolutionary.
Yeah, the High Evolutionary. I thought the actor did a great job, but it seemed like his lack of depth was filled in with screaming. He will scream everything that he says for emphasis because I thought that he's just like, I have one purpose and it doesn't even make that much sense. That's what I thought.
Oh, you didn't think it made sense?
No, what's his goal? To build a planet?
No,
He
so
wants to-
his
yeah,
yeah.
go.
Oh, all right. So his whole goal is that he wants to make like the perfect society, right? Because he thinks that like everything, all of the evolution. That's why he's high evolutionary, right? Because his whole goal is like I want to evolve them to the point where like there's no crime, there's no everybody's super smart and like all this kind of stuff.
No octopus selling crack.
Yeah, no octopus selling crack to cockroaches. Yeah. But so like that's his whole thing, and so like, what I thought was a powerful moment was when everybody turned on him, like his people, because he was like, "Oh, there is no God. That's why I'm here." And then that's when they're like, "Oh, like this guy is like
Crazy.
fucked up." Yeah, like,
He's gonna kill all of us for a brain.
yeah, exactly.
I'll rebuild. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Like society, like what do you define society as? Like, they had an Earth, and he was like, "This Earth's no good. We're gonna make a new one."
Mhm.
So it's just a planet.
No, it's the people of the planet, right? It's like it's the
So
society is
Yeah,
is like the interrelationships between people. That's what makes society.
yes, but that's all he wants to do. He just wants to make society on a planet.
No, he wants to make the perfect society.
On a planet.
On yeah,
and
any
he wants,
planet,
and
yeah.
he wants to rule over it.
Yeah.
He wants to be the creator of the perfect society.
He wants to be God,
Yeah, he's-
basically.
yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
Just in the realm of like, this is like a galaxy, a universe, and whatever. Maybe there's even more they've been trying to shove down our, the last few years is like, oh, that's all he wants to do.
well, that's like it because it's taking it straight out of the comics, right? Like his whole thing was that he wants, like again, yeah, he just wants to make the perfect society. He wants to evolve people to the point where it's like they are gods. You know, like that's the whole concept of it.
And his plan isn't like this crazy thing. It's like he has his ship, he has the animals that he takes, and he tries to evolve them. And then all he wants to do is make that new Earth and be like, I'm better. I made this perfect society. And that's why he has the statues of them there, of himself there. So they all worship him as like their god.
Yeah. He's got simple dreams. I think they should just let him have it.
Yeah, just let it. Yeah, just the torture and
the torture and murder and
It's no
blowing up planets.
It's no worse than we do to real chickens every day. So.
Peter give him an award.
Exactly.
Peter gives him the award. The high evolutionary. They're like,
this guy's got some good ideas.
Oh my god.
No, Peter give Kyle an award.
Me? Oh, thank you. Because I said they should let him do it.
It's just like chickens. The way that we do that, you win an award immediately.
All right, thank you. All right.
If you really care about animals, just stop using Procter and Gamble stuff.
Uh-oh.
That's all I'm gonna say. Is they still test on chimps, and that's a fact.
That sucks.
Yeah, they're
No reason
and they refuse.
particular.
No, and they refuse to like get rid of
We
their
should play
animal
poker,
stuff.
man.
All I'm saying is that they refuse to let go of animal testing, and they're probably the only company that really does hardcore animal
I
testing.
always remember that when I was younger, my mother refused to buy Procter and Gamble stuff because the main corporate leader of the company pledged allegiance to Satan.
what?
Or I remember hearing that, as a young one. I don't know how true it was. I never looked it up. But
I don't really
apparently
I
they're
don't
a
really
Satanist
trust
company.
companies after like
That may have been from the Pope.
I don't really trust companies after
more of a
like
Charmin
what
guy.
Johnson and Johnson did and are still
Procter and
doing
Gamble, too.
with their baby powder. You didn't hear about that? Baby
What?
powder gave women and
Mesothelioma.
babies ovarian cancer.
Yeah.
And it gave and they were like, no, it didn't. And they still continued to sell it knowing that it caused cancer. Knowing that it caused cancer, Johnson & Johnson continued doing it. And they went, that sucks. And they knew the people who used it on the babies and the people who were the babies were getting ovarian cancer. So, just a little sidetrack. They lost that lawsuit. I don't know.
Yeah, they shouldn't have been giving people cancer.
I was like, I don't really trust them. I was like, it's hard to, because money's money. And people overlook.
You're more of a Johnson & Johnson family company kind of girl.
Yeah.
No,
What?
I'm more of like
Tom's?
as organic as you can get without breaking your bank.
Tom's? The toothpaste?
I know the toothpaste.
Oh,
no,
the
I
really
use.
organic
Unfortunately,
Made of, like,
all
leaves.
the toothpaste companies are owned by fucking Procter & Gamble.
Even Tom's?
Tom's might be owned by them, to be honest. They
Bruh. No,
also
it's back to the
your
research.
makeup companies, all the makeup companies,
Your makeup
like
companies.
L'Oreal. I don't think
does she know?
L'Oreal is. There's a whole
Maybe
bunch
it's
of bigger
Maybelline.
companies that are owned by Procter & Gamble. That
of
it's
course.
it's hard to like get around Procter & Gamble. I don't like them, but I don't like them, but I have to use them.
Colgate Palmolive.
Take
That's
that.
who does Tom's.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Colgate.
Yeah.
Colgate makes sense.
Who owns Colgate?
Yeah.
Can't be. I think it's its
Procter
own
and
separate
Gamble.
entity. It's like a gamble on what products at
I'm gonna
Procter and
look up
Gamble.
what Procter & Gamble products.
Hold on.
I think Colgate its own thing.
It should be. I think so.
It's with palm olive.
Yeah.
The olives are palms now.
Yeah. Have you guys seen Peter's Pokemon game?
Pampers.
What?
Procter & Gamble.
Oh, I thought that was the name of the game.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Oral-B,
No.
Pantene, Gillette, Olay, Old Spice, Tide, Always, Downy, everything. Febreze, Crest, Vicks, Bounty, Dawn.
Vicks
Jane,
Vapor Rub?
No.
Jade. They literally own.
No, God.
Yeah, they
No.
literally own everything. Head and Shoulders, they own that.
Knees and
Above the
toes?
rest.
Sorry, those are a majority of their bigger products that they own. Which is everything that you use every day.
Wow.
So, have fun trying to find a product that isn't them.
They're like Monsanto, but
I don't even know how they're
products.
allowed to do that,
Masenko?
but it's fine. Wouldn't that be a monopoly?
Yes.
Yeah.
But then there's Colgate Palmolive to come in the mix.
True.
And Johnson & Johnson, a family company.
Sure, whatever you want to call
And
it.
Aldi's brand diapers.
Yeah, do you like... Just don't buy the Colin the Caterpillar at Aldi's.
Colin the caterpillar. That'll crawl right through you.
Yeah.
Tapeworm.
They also are manufacture a number of pharmaceutical products.
Of course they are.
Yeah. Prilosec, OTC.
Why are we talking about everything that they do?
So the people can know.
Okay.
And knowledge is power.
Yes.
So I just think for a rocket-based movie,
Procter & Gamble, the ship.
That's who the real villain is here, guys.
Yeah.
In the movie. That's it.
taking him out of commission for 3/4 of it, or if not more, just seemed like an interesting way to do it.
Yeah.
I felt like it left me wanting more Rocket, and I almost felt like I wish this was like a middle Guardians of the Galaxy movie versus the final one.
Yeah.
I mean, when they go for like cutesy sad animals, I'm like immune to it now. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
okay. And,
Euthanize them all.
and they had this one animal that I don't even know what its purpose was in the movie. The one that just looked like a furry little monster. And I think
Oh,
bunny?
yes. The one that you're telling me about that looked like the monster on the main cover of Everything Will Be All Right.
yeah.
In the
Which one?
Cubate.
Yeah.
The creature that the gold guy had
Oh,
that
yeah,
he
yeah.
lasered when he lasered
Little
that
front-
guy.
Front
yeah.
butt?
Yeah, the thing that looked like a
Yeah.
yeah,
I forgot
big
he was
mouth,
even in it.
big mouth,
me too, I
fuzzy
forgot about
oxalotl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally forgot he was there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's like it felt like it served no purpose. Yeah, this is the Weezer album that.
Oh, yeah.
he
That
was on.
literally looks exactly
Cute.
Anyways, yeah, I was just like, I thought Tony would have an issue with that because I feel
I
like
forgot he was in a movie.
Yeah, me too. They really don't
he
care.
was a porg.
Yeah, basically.
Well, no, Porg's even got more attention. He's literally like this pet for him.
He may have like
Yeah.
messed
Stupid
with
man
someone
dog.
at some point in like a fight scene. Like
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. We already talked about Adam Warlock,
Yep.
and I don't know. The last thing that came to mind was this will be controversial. I felt like Star-Lord's ending wasn't earned. There, I said it.
Oh my god.
It was, dude, when they said the grandpa thing in the beginning, I get it. I don't think it's that controversial. Because it was very much like, and then Gamora's going to give him a photo.
Oh,
Yeah.
And he's going to want to go home so bad.
that's all they had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe his dad recognized him.
His grandpa. yeah.
Grandpa.
Oh, that was his grandpa. Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah, his grandpa was the guy from the second.
He was definitely not 90. He was definitely like 80.
1,000.
110.
Definitely going to die soon, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's good he gets to spend his last moments with the kid that left.
Yeah.
Yep.
getting in his will. Swish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swish, swish.
No, I get it. Because it was definitely when they brought up the grandpa, I was like, oh.
I forgot about the grandpa.
I was like, yeah. I'm like, did we care about that?
Yeah.
This movie's telling us to care about that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, they're just doing it just so he could be in a different place at the end. Like, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got it, buddy. And good for Chris Pratt willing to do more movies that makes him millions and millions of dollars.
Good for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
What I'm wondering now is what's Star-Lord going to do for a job? He doesn't
work
have...
at Procter and Gamble.
That's...
Either that or Johnson & Johnson.
Oh my
It's a
god.
family company.
But he doesn't know Earth things. He doesn't know, like, physics and how to calculate the triangle of proofs.
He's got Chat GPT.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah.
He doesn't need
He's in the
that's
modern
right.
day, you know?
He waited for ChatGPT to be invented.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see my grandpa.
He's also
Did you hear about this thing, ChatGPT?
That's crazy.
he's also living for free at his grandpa's
That's true.
house, so he
Yeah.
doesn't really
That
need
is
to
true.
work.
Yeah.
But he's gonna have to eventually, when his grandpa, inevitably,
What?
Say it with your chest,
he
Matt.
moves to France.
Say it with your chest, Matt.
Moves
Say
to
it.
the great France in the sky.
Sakura blue. Oh my god.
Yeah. No, I was thinking like if he didn't bring his spaceship and they just dropped him off, he's never getting off of Earth.
Yeah. He's
Because
trapped.
that's not an easy thing to be
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm Guy from space. John Mulaney. I'm John Mulaney from Cocaine.
Yeah.
Can you bring me to space?
God.
Did you watch that special?
Yes.
Yeah, we did watch the
It was
special.
all about
the
cocaine.
Whole, I
whole
was
thing
like,
is about
I
cocaine,
really
yeah.
would a section about cocaine, but the whole thing about
Yep.
cocaine.
Oh, yeah.
The
Are
entire
you trying to
special.
avoid the fact that you cheated on your wife and you don't want to talk about it?
It was
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
It was like an uncomfortable truth. He
It
was
was.
just trying to hover over the cocaine more over the whole cheating thing.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, don't do cocaine before the show. You'll talk about cocaine the whole time.
Yep.
Then he's like, fuck, I talked about cocaine the whole time.
That special went great. Why did I talk about
Yeah,
cocaine?
talk about cocaine the whole time.
Yep.
I don't miss it.
Now it's time to make my big
Kinda
mouth.
rough. It looks really rough.
It was
too.
weird
I'm
to
like,
go through that
Oh my
special
God, yeah.
and just know, like, he literally went and did cocaine after this show.
Yeah.
Like, it
That was probably the funniest thing about it, is knowing that he was coming to do more cocaine.
Me and Matt were basically watching, being like, okay, when's the special starting?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay, now the jokes will start and the special will, and it's like, and then in rehab, I was like, oh my God,
Yeah, yeah.
what the fuck?
Yep. That was the whole special, basically.
And I like John Mulaney's other specials. And
Yeah,
his humor.
Because he actually has jokes that are diverse,
yeah.
Yeah.
not just about cocaine.
And his dealer.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
became a dealer for me. Oh.
Yeah. He was a painter.
Mm.
It's like, oh my God, John Mulaney.
Yeah.
It was more of a biography. It wasn't even a comedy special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, he needs help.
Yeah.
And apparently he got it, but he needs help.
He needs more help.
But you think he did cocaine afterwards?
Oh, 100%.
I think he was on cocaine during.
He was brought into rehab, like forced as an intervention. It wasn't like he chose to go to rehab.
But that.
So I
Just
think when
timeline.
you don't choose to go to rehab,
Relapse.
Oh
You're
yeah,
gonna
it
relapse.
reminds me. I also
Yeah.
posed with the Amy Winehouse statue.
Whoa!
but Amy Winehouse died because she drank too much, not
Yeah.
because of drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
She fell
Choked
asleep
on
in
her-
a.
I'm sure she did
choked
her
on her
fair
vomit.
share.
Yeah, I was gonna say the tub, but that was Whitney.
She joked on her own vomit. That's how she died.
Just the way that,
love that song.
what's
Yeah,
his
it's a great
name?
one.
Janis
Jimi Hendrix.
Janis Joplin also died.
And also, and also the lead singer of AC/DC.
Yep. They
Akadaka.
Yeah.
Oh,
They all don't. The moral of the story is don't drink and then immediately fall asleep on your back.
Oh, sleep on your belly always.
Yeah.
Procter and Gamble told
With
you.
your head like this. Also, don't do drugs that make you throw up either.
That's true.
one-
That would be ultimately helpful.
It's just not drinking like that. Enough where you knock out and die.
speaking of Godzilla with gigantic breasts,
Oh my God.
Oh my God, is it time?
I heard the best thing that goes with those is Kung Fu.
Yes!
Oh!
You better believe it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kung Fu and Titties. Probably the most magical movie that you will ever see. And it's free on Tubi.
This movie's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, it comes off when it starts. It's like, oh, this movie's stupid. It's like,
No. That's just like top of the surface kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Once you dig deeper into the movie, you're like, this is an incredible magical movie.
Yeah, they're fighting nothing.
Yeah, they're fighting invisible ninjas, so they're just punching air and pretending to get attacked as well.
Oh my god.
And they have this really old king of like whatever universe is going on. It's insane. Like, woof. And that one guy that dies, he's dancing while he's getting. What did he do? He got his neck slashed?
Yeah,
Dude, now.
it was like Kung Pao, but not dubbed as another
No.
movie. It's just like the whole
Oh.
movie's Kung Pao.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was super neat and fun.
So it's a comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I love Kung
Yeah.
Pao. Kung Pao's
And
one of
there's
my
these
favorites.
awesome.
women with boobies dancing in the background as these people are fighting. Yeah, it's just dancing. They're just there like,
Yeah, and it'll just come up, and it'll Star Wars does like the
yeah.
cut, and they just do.
The ninjas are invisible, but the boobies are not.
oh my God.
That is hilarious.
And for a movie called Kung Fu and Titties,
Yeah.
where we just described Kung Fu
Yeah.
and titties,
Yeah.
I think you did a good job.
Oh my God, yeah.
Not a deceptive.
Did these people make anything else?
I don't
Oh,
know.
I don't know.
I can try and look it up.
Yeah.
We didn't even know we were gonna watch the full movie because at first we
No.
were skipping because we're like, "Who the fuck is this?" And then we would skip 10 minutes in and be like, what the fuck is happening?
It was so funny.
2013?
It was like an acid trip at some parts too, especially like when that gorilla guy comes in.
Yes.
It's like, what is going on?
But he's a man, but he's a gorilla.
He's a man wearing a gorilla costume.
Oh my god.
This is the movie poster.
Yeah.
That looks awesome.
I feel like the poster's higher quality than the footage
Oh my
in the
god, it
movie.
totally is. It's way higher quality.
Oh wow.
I mean, they all looks like really like photoshopped on their bodies for some reason.
Yeah.
It looks like they filmed the movie on like an old Razor phone.
Yeah.
And they just spliced the clips together.
Yeah, like first gen iPhone camera.
So,
It's rough, but it's funny.
It's incredible.
the person's from like an upstate New York.
Hey.
Have him on the podcast.
That would be sick.
We gotta review
Writer,
the movie
director.
for Space
That'd
Zamboni.
be so
Then
funny.
he starts commenting and we'll be like, come on.
Yeah. Come on down.
Producer. I'm
Oh
trying
my
to see
God.
if he directed anything since. He hasn't directed anything since.
Okay.
And there's nothing, I think, that significant looking beforehand that's worth mentioning. They did a movie in 2009 called The Formation of Rectangles.
What?
Does that sound fun?
Yes. From how much fun Kung Fu and Titties is,
It
I
seems
would
like it's an
give it a
experimental
chance.
film. It might even be an art film.
After last season vibes.
Probably. He probably made the screensaver.
For triangles.
That looks more like the footage in the movie we saw.
Yes.
Same camera.
Oh my god.
Maybe we could get him to come down and direct Witsog 2.
Whoa.
When you talk about invisible ninjas, I was like, ooh.
I better grow a beard.
better get a new Quagmire shirt. You got the Family Guy still going.
Batman still in the shadows of time.
Fighting. Yeah. It's just the shadows itself.
Yeah,
Sit-Sog?
yeah it's Batman Sitsog.
Yeah. Still in the shadows
Oh my
of
god.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's about time.
Yeah, right.
Everything's getting rebooted.
That's right. That's right.
ChatGPT could just write it.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Insert your whole script into it, be like, create a sequel of equal length or something like that.
Right number 2.
Yep.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that's a solid recommendation.
Oh my god,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
All right.
5 thumbs up.
Wow. Out of how many thumbs?
3.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
All right. So now we're going to go into much lesser, more obscure gaming related things. There's this new game called Tears of the Kingdom. I think it's of a franchise that's, I don't remember what it's called. Is it?
Tatk? Tears of the Kingdom? Tatk?
Yeah, it's of the Tatk franchise.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay. So, who here has picked up Tatsk?
I have it.
You have Tatsuka?
I have
You have
Tatsu.
Tatk? How is
It's
Tatk?
all over my crotch.
Oh my god. Speaking of which, you can make a lot of penises.
Yeah. So we just got off the tutorial island thing. Gianna's been playing more than me to the point where the first time we played, I didn't even touch the controller.
Oh, wow.
And then the second time we played, oh wait, no, she just brought the Switch to work.
Oh.
And was like,
wow.
I was like, I hope there's nothing that I'm missing. It was basically her just playing the game and me like being over here like being a game cuck. It was a really weird feeling. Yeah, like, oh, what you playing over there? She's like, oh, look at the cuts. But yesterday I got to actually play it a little bit. And it's cool. If you like Breath of the Wild, I feel like this is like right up the alley. But it's like way more complicated because the controls are fucking crazy.
Oh.
You have all these different abilities now. You could like connect Jenga blocks together and you could reverse time and you could like make skateboards, make like a car. And there's even like this weird bird statue that Gianna was flying on yesterday. She like pushed it off the edge and was just riding it and controlling it with like the powers. And I was like, my brain is having a hard time keeping up with all this shit.
So she was just doing that like it was normal?
Yeah.
Wow.
And she didn't even know she could do it at first. I was like, oh, can you like reverse time on it to make it fly back to the platform? I don't know.
Yeah.
So, and we don't even have all the powers yet. So I don't know what else you can do. But what has been fun is like the fans. You could like connect wooden blocks together and put fans on the back of it, and like hop on and hit it, and it'll like like go and stuff. It's pretty cool. And then I've seen, like Matt was saying before, people building like these giant wooden block people and then making a moving dick that shoots fire.
Wow. Okay.
It's on the Discord.
Yeah, it's on our Space and Boney Discord.
Wow.
But there's also someone made the Green Goblin glider.
Oh, wow.
That's funny.
Yeah, so he just stands on it and like can move it like this on it.
Oh man.
And then someone took that design and put like a pilot station in the middle. So he basically has a spaceship he's flying around.
Wow.
I'm like, I just want the horse. Where's the fucking horse?
Oh
But
my god.
no, it's
Make
really
a
cool.
flying horse.
Yeah, that'd be cool
Yeah,
if I could
there
put
you go.
the fans on the horse.
So it's like Little Big Planet, but like Legend of Zelda. That's what it sounds like.
Kinda, but it's like open world exploration doing the shrines. It's super neat, but it's still like, it's a lot for me to process. It definitely made me be like,
That sounds tough.
yeah. But it's really cool, and it's a beautiful game.
Yeah. Is it graphics wise similar to Tears of the Kingdom? I thought maybe it was like a touch on the more cartoony or something.
Yeah, no, it's very much like,
It is
similar?
Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Yeah, it just like it's. I feel like it's upscaled a little bit. It looks a little nicer, and like it's cool. It's nice. I like it a lot. It's a very beautiful game.
You know why it has its name? Why it's called what it is?
I didn't even know if it was when they first announced it. They announced it in Japanese.
Yeah.
I'm like, is it Tears or Tears?
Yeah.
I feel like it should have been Tears because the kingdom's all like
Broken
torn
up.
Yeah, and there's like sky stuff and
Maybe that's their play on it.
yeah, it should have been
But
Tears.
everybody's thinking it's the sky is crying.
And you get the spoiler alert for the game. You get a big Jo arm
Oh.
Oh.
that's
lucky me.
what has like the powers in it.
Oh.
So it's not. It's like you. It's not like
gadget.
Link has the tablet, the Sheikah Slate from last time. He all has the powers because his new Jo arm.
Oh. Interesting.
It's really cool. I like it a lot.
Nice.
What's the overall plot? Do you guys know?
Yeah.
Okay. What is it?
No, I've been I have no
Are you
clue.
quizzing me? Why would you respond?
No, so the the plot of the first game?
Yeah. I mean.
Wakes up 100 years after the war.
Yeah.
Kingdom's all split up. Everyone's dead, and he's going around like trying to figure out and destroy the colossal beast so he could
Yeah. The big elephant things and the animals and whatever. It's like the Power
Zelda
Rangers,
and
Zords.
defeat the darkness, right?
Yeah.
So the darkness was defeated, and it was like this big, weird spiritual creature thing. But they go, and it's him and Zelda. They're exploring like this cave that they have like the darkness leaking out of, or whatever. They go, "What the hell is this?" And they find like Ganondorf's dead body with like the sword in it, and they're like, "Oh, okay, like what's going on here?" Because like these crystals are falling off of it, and basically the last thing that was holding dead Ganon from like getting resurrected like falls off when they're in there, and then he gets resurrected. He destroys the Master Sword, throws Zelda down like this giant pit thing, and then you wake up later and you have new arm, and it's from like the guy, and they're basically explaining like destiny makes it so like Ganon will always be resurrected. Link will always be the one to save it, and Zelda will always be like the light of the kingdom. So it's like it's addressing the cycle of like this always happening over and over. So
That's exactly the plot that I just read.
oh really?
Yeah.
You didn't trust me to say?
Oh
it?
no, I was just trying to look it up because
I was literally speaking it.
I was listening and and the readings coordinated with the speaking.
Is he lying to me?
Never think
That's funny.
I always get your cock in my mouth. I
Yeah.
never believe.
That's why you're like, I can't hear your cock's in my ear.
Your cock's in my ear. You're giving me the old omelet.
Yeah.
So if this game does address this cycle, how would they even make a next one?
Think of it this way: not a lot of Legend of Zelda games have a next one. You know,
That's true.
a lot of the times they're like standalone games.
Yeah.
and
It's
I
just
think-
a new Link.
Yeah.
I think like Breath of the Wild, even having a sequel at all, is like really surprising to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're gonna handle another one.
They simplified the plot even more. They just said Link helping Zelda to stop Ganondorf, which is the plot of every Zelda game.
I like that.
They didn't even address the whole cycle of it. They're just like, it's this. The same thing all the other ones are.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's like Mario, right? Mario's the same deal. It's like always got to save the princess, whatever.
Except Super Mario Brothers 2, the American version.
Yeah.
It was all a dream.
Yeah. What's neat in this game is that they still found a way for Link to wake up and be like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, how does that keep fucking happening?
Yeah. It's like the same thing with Samus always losing her powers.
Yeah. He's like, where are my memories? Like, are you fucking kidding
build a better suit.
Yeah, right?
All these damn times. Stop losing your powers.
Yeah,
She needs a suit that, like, silly putty glue stir. Liquid cement.
Then she always gets different powers. It's like, I lost the different powers that I had from this other game.
Yeah, I know we talked about it before, but I don't know how you could forget how to turn into a ball.
Yeah.
If one of your main abilities is to cocoon into a ball, how the fuck do you forget
Maybe
that?
without that like software in her suit, it just squashes her and juices her. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Juices her. No,
So does Link lose his arm, like, and like someone like fixes, like, equips him with a robot arm?
so he gets like a Avada Kedavra by Ganon, and it like hits his arm. So it's like the evil of the arm, and then this other like weird.
Yeah, it's like idle
giant
hands
guy.
more. It seemed like from what I saw with you guys.
Yeah,
It almost sounds like Nero from Devil May Cry.
that's yes.
Mm.
Literally,
That's
that
what it is.
it's that, but it's except you're cleansing it with light, and it has powers because of this weird like mole rat looking guy that you saw, the giant
goat man?
Yeah, the goat man. He's just like, "Meow."
Mm.
You're like, why? There's also cutscenes in this game.
Wasn't there cutscenes in the?
Yeah, there
Breath
was
of the Wild?
cutscenes in Breath of the Wild, I
was
thought
mostly
too.
flashbacks,
Well, yeah, that's true.
where it's like you can collecting the
To an
memories.
extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But most of it was open world doing shit, and then here's another like flashback or memory because I took a picture or something.
Yeah.
So no, this one like literally there's like full more cutscenes. And
Oh, wow.
stuff. It's like neat, cool.
That is cool.
Yeah,
Nice. Well, pick it up at some point.
yeah. I think I was hoping because at the end of the first one, it's very much like Link and Zelda being like, "Now we must quest together." I was like, "Fuck, that sounds awesome!" And then it's like, "Oh shit, there she goes."
Down the well.
Like, fuck, I really wanted to hang out with her a little bit.
Yeah. It's like all these games, it's like you always have like a partner. She could have been like his Atreus or something. She
Exactly,
She could have been doing cool shit. You could have made a co-op or something.
Yeah. That would have been intense.
Next game.
Yeah.
But this game still got like 10 out of 10 anyway.
Because people could create things. He's
Yeah.
a little big
Yeah,
planet.
giant flying dick monster.
Yeah, but
And
the
they're-
guy,
and
I
it's
just saw a
useful?
guy, somebody made a guy with like a dick and just it rolls through the kingdom.
He made a
See me
rolling dick?
rolling.
Yeah.
They made somebody like on like wheels. It just rolls.
I gotta pull up the fire dick guy. Feel free to talk about
Fire
yourselves.
Dick Nation.
Yeah, it's
Fire.
so fucking funny.
Tony, if you could build one thing in this game, what would it be?
a dick.
Batmobile?
No, it would be
Hair curler.
It would be
Oh,
nice.
it would be-
It would be nice.
I don't know, like I feel like I don't have the patience to build this stuff in a game.
That's why he doesn't play Minecraft.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you would build a machine that builds things.
Yeah, probably. I'll be like, automate this for me.
You just make ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Here, find a way to defeat Ganondorf. All right, cool. Let's just do this.
Tony made AI in a game.
Yeah.
That sounds hilarious. Where's this fucking thing?
Yep.
think
That's
this
probably
is
what it'd be.
I think we understand this game correctly. Oh. Plank.
Yeah, hold on.
Kabooey. Okay.
Let me show you. It's literally a dick on this.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It shoots.
I saw that, but like on wheels.
That's so
I mean,
funny.
on
Oh my
wheels
God.
somewhere.
Yeah, everyone sees like these designs and they're improving upon it.
Let me show you.
I also see that's my thing. I have patience to play like games a little more like that, but I also hate building anything in the game. I'm like, I want to do like kind of like a little bit of straightforward stuff. I don't want to have to figure out how to build something to pass a puzzle.
Right.
My brain, I want to beat it and I want to get the game done.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I
yeah.
like about Ocarina of Time. You get the stuff, you beat the stuff, that's it.
Yeah, it's very.
Yep.
That's what when the Breath of the Wild came out, they're like, you could actually go fight Ganondorf at the start of the
Immediately,
game. I was
yeah.
like, no, no, I won't.
Yeah.
I want to play the game. I want to play and explore and do the stuff. Why pay $59 to go to the boss and die a million times till I beat him. Pass.
I think they said someone beat this game. What was it? 94 minutes.
94.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
That was the fastest
What's it, Mark?
gameplay.
Yeah, it was Mark. You want to Reddit?
I'm working on my speed run. I could be
94.
faster.
Yeah, he beat it during a Blink concert before he finished.
Hey,
Oh my
concert was mid.
That's definitely based on a true story.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
They didn't even let me dock my Switch to the big screen. Love you, Mark.
It's true though. Okay. All right. So game trailer news. So, Mortal Kombat,
One.
Mortal
Really
Kombat 1.
graphic.
the first one.
First one.
Ever.
After
Again.
12 other ones.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're
And,
getting invaded in
yeah.
the trailer.
Yeah.
That cinematic was cool.
I didn't see the
was.
Yeah,
trailer.
it was really cool.
All I
It was
heard.
like so graphic.
All I heard were like spoiler rumor announcements, but I didn't see a trailer. What's the trailer like? It's
A
cool.
lot of blood.
It's
It's
cinematic.
awesome.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
gameplay
very
looks
cinematic.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Open world. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, probably.
Who knows? I mean, Street Fighter 6 isn't it kind of like open world?
That's true.
Really?
Where you're walking around
Oh,
and
God.
challenging people to a fight.
I'm
You
actually
wanna
super
fight,
excited
yeah.
for that.
Yeah, I'm a pugilist.
I'm super excited for that because you get to make your characters
What?
in Street Fighter 6. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Bro.
it's all custom characters stuff. But Mortal Kombat 1, one thing concerns me, and it's the cameo characters because they're supposed to work like assist, but from like Marvel vs. Capcom 1,
Oh.
not like you tag out assist.
Oh, no.
They like come in, assist, and go.
They go away.
So I don't know if those characters are even going to be playable.
Oh.
And they said Johnny Cage is an assist, so I don't know if Johnny Cage is even playable in
Oh,
the game.
That
That's
sucks.
weird.
I hope that they'll be played.
Yeah.
They're gonna just have a new roster. I mean, they got Shang Tsung in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a pre-order bonus.
Yeah,
I couldn't
which we
believe
can't
that.
even pre-order yet.
Yeah. I can't. Every
can't pre-order
fucking.
No, I've been trying.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I got an email from PlayStation. It said,
What?
like- yeah, it said, oh, you can pre-order it now.
I've
Oh.
been going on the app and being like, Mortal Kombat 1. Mortal Kombat 1. And it's like, Mortal Kombat 11, you mean? And there's no full.
That is a mistake on their part, huh?
Wow.
The 1 and the 11.
Yeah, the 1
that's
and
rough.
11.
But even when you search like all the games, it's not popping up.
Oh, wow.
They also have as a pre-order bonus for like the Ultimate Edition. They're like this many combat coins, a microtransaction.
Oh god, I
Oh,
can't
no.
stand the microtransactions. It's the one thing I hated about 11.
Yeah, dude.
They had so much stuff, and it's like I don't care about this. I just want to fight.
I liked 9.
9 was awesome.
9
X
was
was
And 10 was awesome.
yeah. 9 and 10 were really fucking cool, but like I keep on whenever we went back to play, I'd forget 11 as a game. Like we did the story, we played the stuff, but I forget that game so easily. But like 9 and 10, I feel like are like stay in my brain. They're really cool fucking games. But like 11, like is that the one with RoboCop?
And then they had the Crips. The Crips are fun.
Yeah.
They were fine.
They're cool in X too, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
11 just threw it in the shitter.
Yeah, 11, the whole crypt was like third person walking around doing challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you still need the points to get it, but then it's like,
Yeah, but you could get it from battling. It wasn't a pay.
yep. But to get like the combat towers, they had this.
And a lot of the stuff was limited time. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, are
and
you
their
kidding me?
costumes locked behind that.
Yeah,
And it's like when that game's server shut down, like what, you're
That's
fucked
it.
on the
That's
game?
it. Yeah, then you're done. You're not going to get
So
those costumes.
yeah, I don't like that they did that
Nope.
stuff. Like Injustice 2 did it in a like the towers too, where you got to get the gear, and like it was novelty because it was new for that game. But
Yeah.
I don't think they should have kept doing that for
No.
all these games.
Yeah.
It was a bad idea.
Yeah.
You know, I got some bad news about a rumor I heard about a game. So you all know my favorite video game is BioShock. You know how they were making a new BioShock?
Yeah.
Apparently the new game's in development hell. That's what
Oh.
that it's not coming out anytime soon.
Mm.
Within the next 5 years, they said. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
I'm not
no.
surprised.
Yeah, I'm not. It is a pretty big games, but
Yeah, I feel like those games take a long time to develop, and then when you're like developing for PS4, and then it ends up becoming, oh, we need it for PS5, and then it's like, oh, we need it in a new engine.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
what the
it's like-
animator said, or something like that,
Yeah.
or the developer said it's an animation. It's in development
hell.
hell.
That's what happened to Sonic Boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sonic Boom was supposed to be on major consoles,
Mhm.
and then the Sega was like, "Nah, it's on the Wii U," and they went, "It's on the Wii U." And they're like, "We gonna put this on there?"
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how the game got all fucked because they had to port it to the Wii U.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Hopefully that doesn't happen to Bioshock.
I love Bioshock.
Shock's on Wii U.
I don't think so. I think it's too dark a game.
Now,
It's
for
like that console's not even around.
Now on the Wii and the Wii U.
Yeah.
No, it's one of my favorite games. Story's great. It's just I could see why. It's a very big. It's an open world. You're like walking around everywhere.
Yeah, you got to render all this stuff.
All the people that you speak
AI is
to.
not that great at 3D yet. So.
Yeah, that's right. It's getting there. It's just not there yet.
Once it gets there, this game will be done.
Yeah.
Real quick.
They kept asking ChatGPT to write the story.
Yeah.
Like, we don't play for Plus. Bing came out. Let's development
Bing,
hell. What
Yeah,
are we
exactly. Yeah. Too many AI developments.
What are we gonna do? How are we gonna cheat the system?
I saw a superhero hype article that the Echo show is apparently
Yeah.
the rumor was Kevin Feige said it was unreleasable
Really?
until its reshoots.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was very so in Hawkeye. She's a cool character, but when I was like, how are they gonna do a whole
I agree.
show with this fucking character?
Yeah.
So in my brain, they did exactly what I thought they were gonna do, and Kevin Feige got to see that.
It's just
I want to
it's
see
just
that.
a mime story.
Yeah.
It's just completely silent except when Kingpin shows up he's like, "Hello."
Yeah. It's fully from her perspective. You don't even.
Oh.
You gotta read the lips.
They don't even subtitle it for you?
No subs.
No, she can't hear them. To watch the episode, unreleasable. I gotta rewind. I can't understand what he said. Why are they fighting?
Oh, man.
But I want to see that version that he watched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see that version for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as bad as I want to see the Ugly Sonic movie.
Yes, I want that so bad. I want them to have like a 10-year anniversary edition where you get the original and the new.
Yeah, release the ugly cut.
Release that.
Yeah, or even
All
a
these
5-year.
movies. Batgirl. I wanna
Oh,
see
yeah.
the-
Background.
Whenever it got that canceled.
Yeah.
I want to see if it was bad, like people say.
Yeah.
Oh! Someone I follow on Twitter, they watched the Flash movie, and they got an advanced screening. And their first tweet was, "I completely forgot about all of Ezra Miller's crimes."
Yeah, you know what? Somebody on YouTube that popped up on my feed, they
Why'd
got
they
an
say
advanced
that?
screening too.
Because it was a joke.
And then I remembered.
yeah.
But they got advanced screening too, and they said it was a really good movie.
Yeah.
Stephen King said that too. His
I
Twitter
trust
account.
him.
Wow.
To be honest, I trust
He's like,
him.
I normally don't like this kind of shit, but this was an excellent emotional ride. Or
Wow.
I can't wait for this movie because as
'Cause he
soon
said-
as it ends, I'm going to be like, you guys believe that Ezra Miller did all those crimes?
something. Yeah.
Go up to the front of the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
is
who
about to-
forgot the crimes?
This is
Anybody-
the beginning of a
You know-
beautiful friendship.
You know,
Get the fuck down.
just because Stephen
Men in
King
Black
did
Flash, yeah.
help make Dead Rising a thing.
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead, whatever.
Dead Rising movie.
Dead Rising's good too.
Dead Rising movie would be great.
They just because of that, I respect his judgment on watching films. Making films, on the other hand,
Oh dear.
Incredible.
he has a
Top
curse
notch.
that follows him that his movies don't translate well from book to
The screen.
screen, really.
Sometimes it's easier to write than it is to say.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, but he watches a lot of movies and gives them credit that, and the critics are like, maybe it is good,
Yeah.
and it's like, well,
That movie comes out soon.
June. Yeah.
June is soon.
Yeah, next month.
Sony Junie.
Sunny Junie.
There's something else coming out in June.
A Little
Check
Mermaid?
now. That
that's
definitely
May. That's
wasn't
this
what I was
month.
thinking.
this is this week,
Oh, Little Mermaid. Yeah, it comes out this week. Yeah.
26th.
We gotta watch it when we come back
Yeah.
so we can see how bad it is.
Yeah. But we're
Once I
free.
saw Sebastian and Flounder, just being like,
Yeah, a little
I laugh-
actual
I laugh
life.
every time
things.
I see
And-
every time I see the little crab.
yeah, someone's
my
like,
God.
Flounder's not a flounder.
No.
He's like, his fish is not a
Yeah.
flounder. He's just a fish.
Yeah.
That's weird.
She's nondescript fish one.
That's in the title, the credits. That's how you see it.
They pulled from asset library.
Yeah.
They're just like, what's that fish?
You see, it still says stock photo.
Is that signature on his body? Oh, I would love that.
Oh man.
I hope it's okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
Apparently, it's really dark looking. Not like dark story wise, just
Like you can't see what's on screen.
Yeah. Apparently, that's Disney's
My
new
wife
thing.
was showing me that there's like these like fashion Instagrams that were really criticizing the makeup that they did for Melissa McCarthy as Ursula just being really
Somebody
bad.
said her eyebrows.
It was horribly asymmetrical and it's like stuff that I wouldn't normally pay attention to.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't know, there's something like all new knowledge to me that like the original character is like inspired by like a famous drag queen or
Yes.
something like that.
They should have put a drag
So
queen in
there's
it,
a
to be
whole
honest,
community
but-
of people that were like waiting for this to be like a
Like a big
great representation.
It's just
Their time to
weird.
shine. It
It's
sounds like they're just letting them down in a big
The
bad way.
issue is
Wow.
it's very weird
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah,
because
I
you
know.
have those people who
Right.
are like,
Getting that corny on the
don't
internet.
show children drag queens. You have those people.
Well,
Oh, what the hell? What? Is
in Florida.
Why
and-
can't it
Yeah.
just be Little Mermaid?
Wrong the man maybe birthday.
Yeah. The man that makes dreams die.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want Disney to expand either, apparently.
don't.
They just dropped
And they're
all
like,
that.
oh, you don't want us to expand?
Yeah.
We'll literally just move to New Orleans. They're like, you don't want us to be here? We'll move to New Orleans. Have fun.
Yeah.
They're like, we give you ton of.
Yeah, and employ thousands of people all
They're
the
like,
time.
You don't want us? We'll go.
Tens of thousands.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll go.
And that's
Whatever.
why Ursula is misrepresented.
I was just like, if they built like a giant floating platform under Disney World and they just levitated over to New Orleans right now.
Just like Guardians of the Galaxy, where it's just
Oh
like
my God.
spaceship just goes.
How do you think we came up with that technology?
We've been working on it from day one. Like, oh, whoa.
That's interesting. I guess.
They should have made her
Okay.
more like drag queen like.
It's weird because I saw Melissa McCarthy as Ursula, and I was like,
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Oh,
Good, good pick.
like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I never thought like
People
oh,
thought it should
wait a
have been like
second.
Queen Latifah. That's what they said should
Yeah.
have been. The person.
I don't think the casting is controversial. I
don't.
think it's just the work
Yeah.
work they're
makeup.
doing.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Makeup.
Well, maybe they should just hire a full-on drag queen.
I would have liked the guy from
Could do
Mouse
their own
Hunt
makeup.
as Ursula, the little chubby guy.
From her?
Yeah, from Mouse Hunt, that movie with the little mouse that they're hunting.
From 1998 or whatever?
Yeah.
It went in. The consciousness of the universe pulled Mouse Hunt in, and you're like, damn, Mouse Hunt.
Yeah, the man
I was
from Mouse Hunt.
I was confused that movie with
Mouse-
Stuart Little.
Are we gonna have to watch Mouse Hunt?
Yeah.
Sometimes we're married and I can't stand you. Stuart Little and Mousetrap are two different movies.
There's a Mousetrap movie?
Yes. Well, it's
That's what.
that
oh,
Mouse Hunt or
Yeah.
Mouse Hunt. And
Yeah.
he goes, I can't tell the
See,
difference
look at
between
this guy,
Stuart Little
Ursula.
and Mouse Hunt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I confused that with
the
Stuart
chef
Little.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played
Oh.
in Birdcage too. That's what he was
Yeah,
in
he
with.
was in
Oh, it's
Birdcage.
1987. I was only 1 year off.
That was really good, Mel.
Tony goes, I can't tell the difference between Stuart
No,
Little.
it's I
and that
confuse them
movie."
sometimes. Like,
One
I
talks
like
and one
Mouse on the
doesn't.
Motorcycle. I used to
Stuart
love those
Little.
books. No.
Oh, it's actually
Rachel, how dare you confuse Mouse on the Motorcycle with Stuart Little?
Oh my
First of
god.
all, Stuart Little goes on a little motorcycle bike.
He's not the mouse on the motorcycle. Mouse on the motorcycle is a regular looking mouse. Stuart Little's this white adopted mouse. Hey, it's me, Stuart Little.
Do you have a problem with white adopted mouses?
I do.
Mice.
Nice.
Hi, AJ
Speaking of
and
mice,
Pikachu.
here Pikachu's here now.
Hi.
I honestly don't remember Pikachu being that fat.
That's the whole.
In the first one.
Come here, buddy.
That's
In the
OG,
first series.
What's up?
That's OG design
Hi.
He was
Pikachu.
a hunky chunky.
Yeah.
What's up? You playing with Pikachu? Ah! Hold on.
You, right?
Who?
Pika! Pika, Pika! Pikachu! Pikachu!
Come show me more.
That's so funny.
We got Argo over here too.
Argo can do?
Yeah.
Mister.
Got everybody.
Full House.
Hey, Gianna, move the
Everywhere.
camera literally the wrong
He's
way.
like, you left me behind.
Matt, can you move the camera back the other way?
Which way?
Gianna like just slammed the other way.
Well, no, the baby did, and she
Other way,
fixed
keep
it.
going. Other way, other way, other way. Hey, a little bit more. This is all. This is all happening.
That
A little, just tiny bit more. There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mouse on the motorcycle.
Do you have a problem with white adopted
Mouse and
mouses?
Richard Gere.
Mice.
Oh my god.
Kai's gonna get body slammed.
Oh man.
It
My
sounds like
anger
it's,
now shifted from Tony to you. So
now that you're appropriately infuriated, how about we do the optimism corner?
that's fine. I got 100%
Mouse on the
do.
motorcycle.
That's actually a thing.
Oh, imagine if it was called Mouses. On
Yeah.
Mises.
I wouldn't have shown it. I'm like, I can't.
Mouse and
Mice.
I would have just done.
All right.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Hi,
Welcome
Richard.
to the Optimism Corner. Welcome, Kyle. To the Optimism
Whoa.
Corner. I'm joking. Okay, so I have some facts for you today. All
go.
different. There was 3 presidents, all founding fathers: John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Moore. All died on July 4th.
Whoa.
Oh.
In the same. Well, they said Jefferson and Adams died in the same day.
What?
In the same year, 1826, but President Monroe died 1831 on that same day. All founding fathers.
Wow.
So they found Independence Day. They all died.
I at least knew was it those two. I was always taught that
They
they
asked about each other.
they had final words about each other. They're
They
like,
asked
or
about each
at
other.
least Jefferson lives, or
yeah,
something
and
like
he
that.
died the same day.
And
they
it's like,
died.
actually,
Just kidding.
What a meme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Old
original.
timey memes.
All right, and this one's a little fun. This one's a little less morbid. There was experiments in universities that have actually been carried out to figure out how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, both machines and human licks,
Oh wow.
because this is important
built a
scientific
licking robot.
knowledge. The result ranged from
Legend
200.
of Zelda.
Yeah.
Yeah, both were important to scientific knowledge. The results range from 252 to 411 licks. To get
I feel like
That's a big
it
range.
would be like 411 for me.
depending on how
but-
much saliva you have.
I'm like the cartoon though. Like,
Yeah.
give me that chocolate.
I try to savor every bit of
Yeah,
flavor.
really.
Then I get
Especially the brown ones.
Yeah.
The brown Tootsie Pops are my the brown Tootsie Pops are my favorite. to be
Oh,
honest.
the
Brown-
chocolate ones? Yeah.
The chocolate centers.
Tasty.
I didn't like that they swapped out for I forgot what they did. They threw a blue raspberry in there.
Yeah, it's like-
blue raspberry is
What?
always a
Yeah,
weird.
it's
No,
gross.
Oh.
Yeah, and
That's
lemon.
interesting.
Lemon's good though.
Lemon.
It's like a really actual raspberry.
But then they got the tiny ones. There are like 30 different
Yes,
flavors in there.
Thank you.
Then I'm like blue raspberry crunch. Now the other ones are like, I'm happy.
I like the
now.
big ones. to be honest.
Aficionado of these. Well, I do so declare blue and raspberry. Crunch that out of the way.
Who wants to go
Blue
wine tasting
raspberry.
instead? Let's go lollipop tasting.
yeah.
Yeah, what would you pair
Swap
that with?
lollipops.
A nice tuna fish sandwich.
Yeah, yeah, it's just- yeah.
Dip it in the juice. Here, Tony, you can have it.
That would be we turn that juice into lollipop.
Oh my god.
Then Tony can have it.
Yeah.
One lick of that.
Yeah. No, Tony.
How many licks?
To the center.
And then the center is a shove and chocolate.
It's a Swedish fish.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Frozen pops. Gotta have the
Yeah.
pops.
Yep.
Okay, so thank you for this wonderful optimism. corner
Anytime,
facts.
Kyle.
So we heard that there was no woman. I almost said baptism for some reason.
Yeah. No baptism. No baptism.
This,
baptism,
this week.
Yeah, just
Baptism girl.
However, as in its place, you guys would watch another episode of Gotham Knights.
Incredible.
We did.
I did fall asleep during the end, so
Incredible.
he knows that. He knows that part.
Gotham Knights,
Yeah.
episode 2, and it's still going.
Yeah,
Episodes-
8 episodes.
Yeah, and they're still being released. Which for a show that was canceled, that's amazing.
yeah, that is.
Also, people are petitioning to bring it back.
It's not done. The season 1's not over,
I know.
and it was supposed to not even be released. But anyway, here we are with episode 2. Episode 2 is all about
Clay Aiken.
Yeah, Clay Aiken, as Matt's determined.
Is he invisible?
He's the one that I kept calling Bruce, but is Batman's son.
Gotcha.
And in this episode, we learned that he's trained like Batman in the worst acting way possible, because he goes, I always was questioned why he had me do fencing and gymnastics and all these sports. Now I wonder if he was preparing me. Oh, yeah.
It was incredible.
Duella Dent spends most of her time in a car.
Yep. Oh my God.
All right, cool. And mostly being like, we shouldn't go in there.
Yeah.
We shouldn't let him go in there. We should leave. And then leaving, being like, uh-oh, I can't get out of this car. The Talon couldn't break the window of the car, but is stabbing the door of the car.
Oh my God. Yeah, he slashed at that window so many times. And then he's just like, I'll do the gas tank.
Yeah, so he cuts the gas tank, leaks the gasoline all over the car, and then sparks it with his sword by going... And this whole time, Duella Dent, in the driver's seat, could leave out any other seat in this fucking car, is going, no! No!
Oh my God.
I was like, what the fuck is happening? And Harvey Dent is basically just doing the Harvey Dent things, being a detective, even though he's a DA.
They pulled his 7.
Oh my God. Yeah, they got, they're like,
What's in the box?
Yeah, we're the detectives that were on this case. And they're like, let's call him. So they ring the phone, and the box starts ringing. And he's like, oh my God. Oh my God. And they open the box, and it's his head with the phone in there, I guess.
And then they tried to call another person, and then there was another box.
It was comical because they went, oh no, where's the rest of his team? So they call the other guy, and then they turn around to like a stack of boxes ringing, and it's like, bro, you really thought?
Oh man, Amazon came.
Yeah, this one's ahead, but all those other boxes that are exactly the same are packages.
It's my Prime delivery day.
How is there not blood like running?
Yeah, no.
They were in a bag.
Yeah,
Oh,
nice,
they were
perfectly
in a little
preserved bag.
Oh,
And
man.
the Court of Owls, the Talon, is really stupid, really poorly done. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, no, nothing too crazy happened in the episode.
No, not really. Not why I was awake for.
Oh, they went to Wayne Tower.
Oh, yeah, they did. They went back. They were always in Wayne Tower.
Yeah. Where the Batman died the first episode.
Yeah.
And the detectives passed by in this episode. They're like, we need to go back to Wayne Tower so we could see if Bruce was investigating them. So we have to search. Now that we know he's Batman, we got to go up to Wayne Tower and see. Right? So, like, how are we going to get in without getting caught? Well, the detectives and the police aren't there, so we're just going to take an elevator to the top floor and walk around.
Oh, all right.
Oh, yeah. So literally what they do.
Wow.
They go right up to the top floor, and the Talon is there.
Huh.
And they take Bruce's diary, and they're like, oh,
Okay.
this is his...
Bruce had time to write a diary.
Oh, this was from his youth.
From his
About the
youth
parents' death.
till now.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's
Okay.
yeah,
So throughout his
surprisingly,
years?
it's not like this big, this tiny little book.
Yeah.
He didn't have much to say most days.
No.
And they're like, they made it a point to be like, this is the book he started after his parents died.
Of course, Moleskin.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Nice Moleskin book.
As you do. Yeah.
As normal rich people would do.
Yeah. And the Robin, oh my God, that's what I'm getting to. The episode basically wraps up with Bruce being like, I got the notebook, but the pages we need are ripped out of this book. How are we supposed to tell what to do? And then Carrie, Kelly, Robin, who is just walking around the Batcave as Carrie all the time, sneaks back to her apartment and pulls out the pages, and she's like, I stole the pages. And then on the last page, it's like, how the hell am I going to tell my son that I was Batman? It's like the last page in the book. That's the episode. That's the fucking episode.
So wait, so in this universe there wasn't any other Robins? Like there was no Dick, there was no Jason, there was no Tim, none of them.
I don't even know if there were bad guys.
Because Harvey Dent's still Harvey Dent.
Because Harvey Dent's still Harvey Dent. They say Penguin and Joker, but I don't think they exist. And I have a picture to show you guys that I think you'll enjoy, because we were watching the episode and we saw that they had a trailer for the show, and this is literally what it was called on on the CW.
Oh, good.
Oh my god, they have that zip lining scene that looked like a couple of. Yeah. They have this amazing zip lining scene that looks like a couple of hot dogs on a string just going. You're like, what the hell is this?
Oh, wow. Literally. Oh my god. And to get past the Talon, the other people are like, we gotta take the elevator up there and save them. And they go up to the elevator and the Talon's just behind the door.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, let's zip line out of here.
Oh man.
And that zip line, oh, so funny. Because it's like this angle and they're riding it like
Slow?
yeah. Like, it's like, you're gonna die. You're gonna fucking die. But
Oh wow.
I miss Batwoman.
Wow.
I did.
Wow.
Batwoman is the superior show compared to
Impressive.
this shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's always fun to see the perspective. Like, oh, they can stoop lower.
And the fight scenes in this are dog shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, we can. Oh my god! Mini Bruce pulls his sword out and fights the Talon, and has like a team fight with Robin, and Robin's like,
Yeah.
and it's this goddamn stupidest fucking fight scene. It's such a dog
Oh.
shit. It's so bad.
That's terrible.
Yeah. So season 2, can't wait.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Are you guys keeping up with Superman and Lois?
Yeah, yeah.
Finished it.
No, it's on break
caught-
for this week.
Great.
Oh, damn.
So-
Caught up.
Yeah, we're caught up. Really good, right?
Very good, actually. Yeah. It's
Really, really
getting-
good.
How are its fight scenes?
The fight scenes were good, right? Like
Yeah,
I don't remember
yeah.
having any complaints with them.
Yeah,
Even
no.
the graphics were pretty good for
Yeah,
especially-
considering
yeah,
it's a
especially for like
CW
a
show.
CW
It's the
show.
best graphics I've seen in the CW show.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely.
They should share.
Yeah.
Did you hear that
They
they
got
wanted?
100% of the budget.
Yeah. Oh
Did
my
you hear
God.
they wanted to put the? Remember you said they wanted to
Oh,
put the CW characters
yeah,
in
that-
the
they-
Superman
they-
show, and they said, "Do you want to end the show?"
Yeah,
Oh my God.
basically.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
like-
they were saying they were trying to because like the Flash ended, so
Yeah.
now the Arrowverse is basically over.
over.
So
Oh, Flash is over?
yeah,
I knew it was ending, but yeah, it's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the guys in charge of the Arrowverse now, right, we're saying that they wanted to try to get them into Superman and Lois.
Diggle is in it.
Yeah, but he's not part of like it's a
He
different
shows up
universe.
in an episode.
It's a different Diggle?
Yeah, technically it's a different Diggle. So
Diggle.
so because they wanted to separate themselves as much as bless you as much as they could from the Arrowverse shows. But so now this guy is saying, oh yeah, I want to try to get them because they're all canceled. I want to try to bring them onto Superman and Lois because everybody loves Superman and Lois, and that's why they're still trying to keep the show, and they might even move into HBO Max just to keep it.
Oh wow.
And so everybody's like, you guys want Superman and Lois to end because like that's how you're gonna end it, like by putting these CW characters in there.
If they put the CWs, James Gunn's gonna become James Sniper, and he's gonna
Oh my
fucking
God.
destroy
Yeah.
that show.
yeah. Exactly.
No way.
Exactly.
They had their life.
Yeah.
And they had a good. They had,
Yeah,
like,
let them have their run. That's it.
I think those shows ran for 3 decades.
Yeah.
And it had enough time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and Flash with their little sad poster of him being like, "It's over."
Oh, him packing up.
Yeah.
That was an Entertainment Weekly cover, right?
I saw that post.
Yeah.
I was like, boy, do I wish he was the Flash
Oh my God.
and everything else, but not the writing of these shows. Boy, what
Yeah.
a world.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Oh well.
Season 2 of Arrow with him. Oh, so good.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
the good old days.
The good old days.
Fap and Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was back when he was cool before the lightsaber fight.
Well, that's when he peaked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I watched 3-ish seasons of The Flash, stopped, lightsaber fight.
yeah.
I'm like, damn. Didn't know how much better it was going to
Yeah.
get.
Yeah. The
Oh,
lightning
man.
shurikens.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But I'm excited to finally see Lex show up because now they
They
kind
keep.
they keep
They
like
had a
teasing it.
teaser, and we're like, "Yeah, next week he's gonna show up." We watch all the show, not there, and we're like, "Okay, maybe he'll show up in the next episode, not there."
Yeah, it's
and
like,
we're like,
when's
"When are
this
you
guy
gonna
popping
show
up?
Lex
Like-
Luthor?" They still haven't shown Lex.
Are they like teasing him in the show, being like, Lex?
Yeah, they even explain why he's gonna get out of
Why
prison.
he's getting out of what he was put in prison for?
Yeah, they explain
and
that. They
Why
explain
he's
why
gonna
he's
be involved.
You're literally waiting for his release date.
Yeah, basically.
When is the Lex
They've
gonna be
shown
out?
his
Let's go.
is back in jail. Like they were like, oh, he was sitting at a desk.
He's gonna be
like,
one scene in the
controlling jail.
end of the season.
Yeah, they're like hyping it up big time too to
It
be
better
like
be good. God damn it. With the amount of hype, I was so angry. Not saying I wanted to, but I was like, why even tease it if you're not going to show it?
Yeah.
I know why, but
Show us those Lex Luthor titties, CW.
Yeah, bring in Godzilla.
yeah.
Oh, that's a crossover I'm waiting for.
Hell yeah.
oh man, breast Luthor and
Oh, you just made me think Breast of the Wild.
Whoa.
I want that game. Legend of Zelda Breast of the Wild.
Followed by Tits of the Kingdom.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Much better game.
oh man,
Everyone, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Pseudo Adults. I think we learned a lot. I think we grew as people, and we know that there's a lot of wonderful artwork on the internet.
yes, a lot of it AI developed.
A lot not.
yeah,
Yeah.
Up
Hey,
by-
a lot made by
there's a lot
people.
Traditional, good old fashioned perverts who
Yeah,
are people
yeah.
too.
No.
true.
They started it.
That's true.
Okay.
Whoa.
There's the ending. Whoa,
Oh my God, I'm mad.
I'm Alex.
I'm Rachel.
this is Tony.
And I'm Kyle. We're Pseudo Adults.